Sup? We're here.
Hey.
All right, so for audio listeners out there, we're going to talk about Endgame.
Yeah, we are.
Okay? So if you don't want it to be spoiled, you get the heck out.
Come back when you've seen it. Come back.
Or
Do come back.
be like me and get it spoiled. Although I will tell you, this is from me, man who loves spoilers. This movie is best enjoyed without spoilers, I think. Because it is, I don't want to speak for Colby, but I was delighted from start to finish. Because I didn't really know what was coming next. I knew some things. Fat Thor. But I didn't know other things, okay? So if you don't want any spoilers, you should leave. Thor's fat. But, okay? So just a warning, okay? I haven't put the image up on the screen yet. Plus, image. Do you hear the clicking? Is the clicking louder than normal? Spoiler. Let's listen for the clicks. I feel like I hear the click in your microphone.
Is it louder than normal?
No, it's the same
It's the
loudness.
exact same volume?
Yeah, same volume.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe my mouse is getting louder. Or maybe we just usually talk when I'm clicking and, is that big? Is that big enough? Wait,
I think that's great.
I think everyone...
I feel like anyone should see that, right?
If they come to the stream and they don't see this, I'm a little worried about that.
Also, show is not sponsored today
Oh, hold on. We gotta get our not sponsor in there.
by Modelo.
There we go. Where do we put this?
Modelo Cerveceria?
Cerveza.
No, Cerveceria.
Cerveza.
Modelo.
Cervaza.
Cerveceria.
Cerberderber.
That's Cerveceria. Modelo, Mexico. Cerveceria.
Oh, you're looking down here. Yeah. That must be
Cerveza.
that must be Spanish for brewery or something, right?
Maybe.
A beer.
Beer. Golden, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager with a clean, crisp finish.
Right.
I mean, if it's a Pilsner, you got me on board.
Right. Well, Colby is, as you know, he's bringing us beers every Sunday, and this week's refreshment is Modelo. So I've never had this. Colby, you never had it either, right?
It's not bad.
Tastes like Miller Lite.
Yeah.
But with a slight accent.
I like this.
It's pretty good, actually. Yeah. I think what happens is all Pilsners taste the same. They have slight differences.
Yep.
But they all, for the most part, taste exactly the same. So,
What is it got a hint of? Is that a hint of jalapeno? Is it a hint of Mexican chili pepper? Is it a hint of Jose who got cremated into the beer mix?
I wondered if that was going to get racist, and it did.
It did.
I think it's a little bit of cactus. a little cactus flavor. That's what I would say.
Cactus-y.
Cactus.
Interesting.
But yeah.
Where'd the image go?
Well, we weren't talking about it.
Oh, we'll put it up.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, man.
Are we ready? Let's do this! All right, in-game spoilers begin. If you're here still listening, it's your own fault.
Yes.
Captain America dies.
Well, not really.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, see?
Got him.
I got him with a fake spoiler
Got
there,
him.
so now they know I'm serious. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So, as per usual, I think just for ease for us, I did a plot outline, but it's from memory. There's a lot that happens in this movie.
There is a shit ton.
This movie is incredibly dense.
Yeah.
Incredibly dense. Like, I feel like we need to watch it 4 or 5 times.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the end battle. There's so
my
much
God.
going on
Just don't
that
even-
we can't even compress
Yeah,
it.
you need to take that in battle and go frame by frame to see
Yes.
all the crazy shit.
Do you know Howard the Duck's in it?
No.
Yeah, Howard the Duck's in that in battle. It's an example
Of
for
course
you.
Of course it is.
He's an Avenger now.
Of course.
Howard the Duck, the Avenger, dude. So we're gonna talk. I figured the best thing we'd do is just maybe give a review.
Bombay! Bombay!
Dude, okay, so let's do a review. Real
All right.
quick. Thoughts. You want to go first? You want me to? You already know what I think.
All right.
Because I texted you immediately after the film and said 10 million out of 10.
It is the best movie I've ever seen.
Okay, all right.
And it would stay there
That's too low of a review.
if it wasn't the movie that killed Iron Man.
Yeah, it did kill Iron Man. It did.
It fucking killed Iron Man, bro!
He's dead.
Why?
My sister's fiance was very upset leaving the theater because they killed Iron Man.
Dude,
My
I would have
sister-
been fine with Captain America. Like, yes, that would have been sad, but I understand.
I predicted, I think Thursday, that they were going to kill Iron Man because we thought they were going to kill Cap.
Yeah.
And they made it look like they were going to kill Cap like
Oh,
4
they
times.
did.
So many times he was
that
on the
fucking Thanos fight,
You know?
Jesus.
But yeah, Iron Man's dead. But my sister said that poor Josh, her husband to be, apparently watched Iron Man 1 and 2 yesterday. His grandma died and he was watching home videos. Like, I feel so bad for the man. But
yeah, man.
they killed him.
It's fucking gone brutally.
Yeah, but
Pretty fucking brutal.
I think high level for me, best movie I've ever seen. It might be the greatest thing I've ever witnessed
I
in my
think
life.
so, yeah.
Like, the whole time I'm just staring at it, being like, this shouldn't be allowed to exist.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is flying through the air holding the Infinity Gauntlet. That shouldn't be allowed to
Captain
exist.
America is wielding Mjolnir.
A giant man one-shot punches a Leviathan out of the air.
Yeah.
Hulk is eating his own ice cream. Like this, these are things that should not exist in the world, and now
didn't
they
even catch
exist.
that. That's
He's
funny.
eating Hulk a burning fudge.
Of course he is.
A little chalky for Doctor Strange, but for everyone else, it's fine. But I think this movie, it's funny. On the way home with Chris, I told her, Doctor Strange, he saw 4 million possibilities and only one where they won. And I was like, that kind of, to me, I feel like this is the only way this movie would work. They somehow did it because nothing about it felt cheap or wrong. Every character in it felt they were in their place. Like, I know me and you were both worried that Captain Marvel would be too OP.
Yeah.
They handled her perfectly.
Literally didn't use her much at all.
Right. She was perfect. And then she showed up at the end and she was OP, but in a very believable way. Mm-hmm. That Thanos headbutt that she just tanked is
Yeah,
the greatest thing that I've ever seen in the history of cinema.
So there, I don't even know how to describe this movie. I don't.
I don't either. That's
Because,
why I
like,
wrote the plot, because I figured we just got to go
I
through
figured once it was done, I was like, the first third
Right.
was kind of unnecessary. But then I look at it, and then the second and third parts
Yeah.
wouldn't be as good as they
Yeah,
are
it's-
without that
Agreed.
time to live in the post-snap
Yeah.
world.
In fact, I think one of my complaints, and it's not a complaint, I have really no complaints about the movie. A nitpick, if you will, is that we didn't spend enough time in the 5-year gap.
Really?
But I don't. It's not a complaint because the movie would be too boring with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll get that in other things.
Yeah.
Like now we can have movies that take place post snap,
Mm-hmm.
pre other snap, other snap because there's 3 snaps in
Mm.
this movie, 2 snaps in the movie. 2 snaps in the movie, 1 at the end of Infinity War.
Yeah, there you go.
It's so confusing, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think the acts in this movie, like Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Act 2 and 3 feel like one thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think Act 3 starts when Thanos attacks.
Well, I see 3 parts. I see the post-snap world.
Right.
I see time travel.
Right.
And then I see final battle.
Right. And I feel like that final battle is probably, 30 minutes long, but it felt like 5.
Dude.
It's got to be longer than we think.
Probably.
It's got to be. But I wanted more of everything.
Mm-hmm.
They could have made this, they could have doubled every act.
Minus the fact I needed to shit during the movie.
That's the worst. You can't do that. Pee, maybe.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
I
God.
held myself. I texted you, and I
Right.
was like, when's the best time to go pee,
I was,
man?
I was
did it. I made
struggling
it.
to tell you when to pee without
Right.
spoiling the plot. Because
As soon as
like,
I saw 2012, I was like, all right, so there is time travel.
yeah, and I didn't I didn't want to be like
That's
when they
fine.
start. Well, I was gonna say like when Hawkeye visits his family, that's time travel. But I said it in a way that you didn't know it was time travel. And I'm like, how do I describe? Don't leave when the second act starts without him knowing when the second act starts.
Yeah.
How do I describe that? So I'm just
Yeah.
like, we've talked on the show, Battle of New York. We knew it was going to happen. So I'm going to be like 2012. Okay, because you didn't know he was going to Asgard. I didn't know that. We didn't know they were going back to the 1970s. Didn't know that. I didn't know Black Widow and Clint were going to head to Vormir.
Okay, now that's also a gripe of mine about it.
Oh, yeah?
Is they just that came out of nowhere for me. The fact that, like, how did they not know? They knew
Well, they didn't
That
because
Thanos brought Gamora there.
the only person
Left without Gamora.
The only person who would have known that they came back was Tony Stark and Nebula. Though.
Yeah.
And they didn't know. Like I think they
knew it's in fucking Infinity War.
Well, Scarlet.
Fucking what's her face?
They didn't know they did it explicitly for the Soul Stone.
No.
Like I guess
they
Nebula
put 2 and 2 together.
Nebula kind of figured it out, but she didn't know it was the price you pay.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, I could also give them the benefit of the doubt that why would they assume someone has to die to get the stone? Because no one other stones are like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for all they knew, there was just going to be an army there that they had to fight, and Gamora died fighting. You know.
Can we talk about the fact that Natalie Portman came back?
She wasn't. Deleted scenes.
Oh, really?
Deleted scenes. Because I wondered the same thing if they actually got her back, and no,
That
her
makes sense.
scenes are a Dark World deleted scene. So, Ballin' Hobo says, hey, everyone, just got back, missed the intro. Did you guys like the movie, or did it not turn out the way you want? Ballin' Hobo, that was the greatest experience of my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The best.
Yeah. I don't think you could top that. Also, where are they going to fucking go from here?
I don't know. I think we could talk about predictions, the end of this as well, because, like, Spider-Man is going to happen.
Yeah.
And now I think that whole trailer is a lie.
All right, well, let's go through your plot.
Okay,
outline.
I mean, I just
run through
literally went through and wrote a plot for the movie because I don't know how we're going to talk about the movie in any way that's not scatterbrained unless we just go through the movie.
Right.
So,
I'm glad you did because I there's just too much. I can't really remember.
first scene. And this is all from memory, so if I skip a scene, we can add it in. But I'm pretty sure this is how it happened.
Just to start this out, like
Yeah.
your Nostradamus prediction was pretty
It's pretty
on point.
close. It's pretty close. They
Minus
weren't.
the copying.
They didn't do the copy.
Minus the copying. I think
Yeah.
you nailed basically
Yeah,
everything.
I don't think I predicted Thanos dies right at the beginning.
No, you didn't.
Because I thought they would show up and he'd whoop their butt and then they'd give up
Yeah.
until they figured out time travel. But Ballin' Hobo.
This is gonna be the entire show, bro.
The entire show is spoilers.
Yeah. Or at least an hour or a half.
3, 4, 5, 9 hours. Anyway, so first scene. First of all, it just opens.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the movie.
Yeah, no logos.
Nothing. Like,
Nothing.
I feel like the movies don't really start that way. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Clint came on fucking screen. I was like, shit.
Yeah, it's just there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, you predicted that. We all kind of thought that might be the opening scene.
Yeah, I think a lot of people predicted that, you know.
It was
but
brutal,
it
though.
was really, like, I thought it was his daughter, and then he was going to run back into the house and be like, my family's gone. But no, they were, like, on picnic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I think the snap happened because that kid wanted mayonnaise. That's gross. Mayonnaise on a hot dog, nasty. Is that a thing?
I don't know. I hope not.
I think that they meant to offend everybody in that scene because they mentioned the 3 primary condiments. Ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise. Which I didn't even know mayonnaise was a condiment you put on a hot dog.
Me neither.
Sounds disgusting.
Yeah.
But apparently people think ketchup on hot dogs is disgusting. I don't understand that.
I like ketchup.
I do too. We're Midwesterners. We put ketchup on our hot dogs.
We do that.
Fight us. But don't because I'm scared of fighting. Anyway, okay, so they dust, and then it cuts to the Avengers Endgame title, right? Like, that's when it happens.
I think it cut to Marvel. Endgame was
Oh, that's
way
right. You're
far
right. You're
in.
right. It is the Marvel title.
I think Endgame was after they chopped his fucking head off.
You're right. It is. It is. Well, no, it's right when they're about to go, because then he says,
right.
"Let's go get him," and then it's da 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 da. You know, it's that. So I think you're right. You're right. It's just Marvel.
Yeah.
And apparently, I didn't notice this. I read this online later. Apparently, all of the characters that were snapped in Infinity War did not appear in the Marvel logo. Like Doctor Strange's section was there with the Sanctum Sanctorum behind him, but he wasn't in it. It was just
really?
an empty building.
Jeez.
So they even took the people out the beginning of the movie, including Ant-Man, because at that point in the movie, he was dead. It's crazy. Some crazy talk, man. That's crazy. That's crazy!
Can we just all... I can't believe this all started because of Rat.
He saved the universe.
He did.
Yeah. Could you imagine
Rat.
being Doctor Strange and being like, so the entire probability is that a rat runs over a button, that's how we win?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, Rat turned it back on, man. Rat turned it back on. Should we go back and talk about the rescue from Captain Marvel or Tony on the ship? I feel like everyone saw the Tony on the ship part. Like, maybe the only... First of all, the trailer's lied. He was incredibly emaciated.
Yeah.
Which I did not expect, but makes sense if they were starving, you know? So that was kind of weird and shocking. And they played the paper football game where Nebula won, and I think that was kind of important for her character that she won something because Gamora famously never let her win anything.
Right.
So that was kind of cool. But yeah, Captain Marvel just shows up, and I think the only interesting thing about that, well, one, I don't know why we didn't think of that. Why wouldn't she just go get him? I don't know.
No, people said that.
I didn't think that.
People said that for sure.
But that means the scene in Captain Marvel, the end credit scene, happened before Endgame off screen. Because that scene wasn't in the movie.
Right.
So she showed up and they're like, hey, Tony's out in space. And she's like, I'll go get him, you know? And then she did, somehow.
Fuck, man.
And they were 100 million light years from Earth, and she just carried the ship.
It probably did take a little bit of time, right?
I don't know. Hey, Kay, welcome. We're right at the beginning of the film. We're talking about Captain Marvel rescuing Tony right now, but it's incredible. It's incredible. So another curveball. Didn't expect. I think this movie just thematically for me, it besides the overarching plot, which I predicted, the way it happens and the way the characters do it, didn't predict any of it. It all like screwballed me. And the first time was when Tony gets back and he's mad at Steve Rogers, like mad.
Yeah.
Like he called him a liar, and then he collapsed on the ground.
That was intense.
And it was like I did not.
That's heavy as shit.
You know,
man.
I expected him to be like, I was in space and I had a lot of time to think about our relationship, bro. I'm so glad we're still alive, even though the worst happened. He's like, this is your fault. You're fat. You're ugly, and your ass looks bad in those pants. I'm out of here. And then he passes out. I did not expect that. Like I did say in my Nostradamus prediction that he would retire, but that's not what I meant. I just meant more like, I thought he was going to go the route that Thor went, which is, I give up.
Yeah.
Let's forget about it.
Dude, fat Thor, though.
Fat Thor, dude. You know, I think this might be insulting to say, so I'd like to preface it with this, but because it's also kind of idiotic, okay? I feel like this is what inclusion feels like.
Oh, yeah?
Like, no joke, I could finally be like, there's a fat superhero, you know? Like, is this how women feel when Captain Marvel showed up? You don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know either.
I would assume, man.
But it's like, I'm just like, I now have a superhero physique, man. That's me. I got the body of a god.
You have the body of Thor.
Yeah, I do. Now, he'll probably lose the weight, and I will not. But the greatest movie of all time got his body, so, you know. But yeah, that was ridiculous.
Dude, it still blows my mind, Natalie Portman. Goddamn bitch. Goddamn bitch.
I thought that after the movie, too. I'm like, do you think Edward Norton and, like, that guy from Empire or whatever his name is, D.L. Hughley or whoever he is, and Natalie Portman, like, how can they sit and watch that and go, I made the right decision getting out during the OG Hulk?
I don't know.
Do you think, I mean, I
didn't know.
I don't feel like Rhodey would have changed, but I honestly feel like Hulk would have been different. I don't feel like Ed Norton could do Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
I don't think he's funny.
And Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is such a great part of this movie.
Yeah. I'm odd on the Mark Ruffalo train, but yeah.
My Chris, I don't remember if it was Chris or maybe it was my sister, but one of them was like, I don't know how I feel about New Hulk. I kind of like New Hulk.
Yeah.
But
wait, as in New Hulk, like
the smart,
he talks and stuff.
Hulk Bruce, Broke. Let's call him Broke. Can
Dude,
we start Broke?
The CGI of the people's faces in this movie was so crazy.
We've done it.
They did Hank Pym, they did Mark Ruffalo into the Hulk.
I don't know how Marvel invented de-aging. I don't know how they did it. Like they also made a young Paul Rudd, which is impossible because he already looks 25 at all times.
Who else they do? They did Steve Rogers old.
Yeah. Hank Pym is the biggest one. I mean, that was Mike Douglas 40 years ago. It's crazy.
They did Howard Stark.
Yep. Yeah. And then they made a whole movie with a young Sam Jackson. Like, you forget that. He's de-aged that entire movie.
Yeah.
And it's so good you forget. I don't understand how they do that so well.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
You
how
see
they
the
do
new
it.
trailer before it, though, for the Will Smith Gemini Man?
That doesn't look bad.
That looks horrible.
Dude, I was so excited to see Godzilla. And then they played Hobbs and Shaw. so stupid.
Can we talk about the fact that they play 15 damn trailers before the movies now?
It started like 35 minutes after. Yeah, we should have just.
Yeah.
I should have just shown up.
Fucking guy sitting next to me, as soon as one of the green made for all audiences came on, they were like, fuck.
I just someone just yelled in my theater, Avengers. It's like they were just ordering a soda. Like.
Dude, they did not spare any time though. Once those were done, to just
yeah. It's right in there, man. I don't know, but Godzilla I still think looks very cute. Just by the way, I just want to pet his little lizard head. He looks like such a good little Godzilla.
That movie looks so dumb.
I'm definitely gonna go see that movie.
That looks so dumb.
I love Mothra, dude.
Mothra,
dude. He's a giant moth. How stupid is that?
pretty damn stupid.
But I don't know. I mean, we just went and watched a movie where there's a tree and a raccoon too. So Moth is
Raccoon's
worse.
great. Man.
Moth is worse. Okay, let's get back. Where were we? Argument on. Okay, so the next part is Thanos is murdered.
Yeah.
Like.
So Captain Marvel, Iron Man show up. She's like, "Let's go. You didn't have me."
Like in my notes, I literally wrote, "I mean, he dead." WTF?
He dead.
He dead. Like I did not like I think that was the defining moment for me for this movie. Once they cut off his head, I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
This movie's
now.
fucking real.
Like
There's also blood in this movie.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Well, Disney has a no decapitations rule.
Yeah.
In their movies, so apparently that doesn't apply to Marvel.
Huh.
And they also just showed his head.
Oh yeah.
Decapitated on the floor.
Yeah, they did.
Just looking at it.
There was cursing in it too, man.
A lot of it, actually.
I know.
Especially from Steve Rogers.
Yeah?
Yeah, I agree. But, you know, I think that kind of shows the tone.
It's kind of shocking, yeah.
Yeah, it shows the tone that this is not a fun world,
Dude.
even though it's,
The Russos are crazy.
They are crazy. They're crazy.
They're crazy to even think of this plot line. To make it pretty consistent.
Right.
And not really, like, I mean, there's a few holes that I kind of have questions on about the whole time travel
We can talk about that, too, because I'm not sure
But-
anyone knows, and I'm not sure we're supposed to. I think that might be part of the universe going forward.
Yeah. No, yeah, me and Britt were definitely talking about that, and that was her thing. It's probably,
What's
they
up,
don't
Sam?
explain it, so they can just be like, well, this could have happened.
Right. Right.
So-
Well, and there's also that What If show coming to Disney Plus. Like, we talked about that on Thursday. I said a lot of this stuff I think is going to set up TV shows. Mm-hmm. And I think that even more now that that Loki disappeared into another dimension and they had a conversation with Scarlet Witch right at the end about Vision. And, like I do think that a lot of that...
Well, that was a big thing for me. Was Vision was not even mentioned.
He didn't come back. But he wasn't snapped. He wasn't snapped.
Yeah.
It's like him and Gamora, Scarlet Witch, Loki, or Black Widow, Loki, they were all dead. And they didn't come back.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the only one that didn't make an appearance at all. So, I don't know. No, Sam, we started right on time. No.
You late, homie.
Yeah, you late, dude. Like, Kay says there was a lot of revenge moments. I agree. I think that, especially with, like, I think failure was a big over-encompassing theme, especially in the first act.
I was
of the
not
movie.
expecting Thor to go all fat man.
No, I mean, I think it was literally
Hiding out.
I literally think it was like revenge, failure, devastation. First act. Second act was hope, and third act was avenging. I think that's literally what it was supposed to be. And I just can't imagine. Like, do you think that the Russo brothers like wrote that on a whiteboard? Like, how do you even begin,
Dude, I don't
to do this?
know.
I don't even know how to talk about it.
I don't either.
Like, I feel we could spend 2 hours talking about just the last act, where, like Kay said, like Angry Scarlet attacked Thanos. Like, he was gonna die. He was like, Scarlet Witch was going to kill Thanos. Like, he's like, I don't know who you are, and then all of a sudden it's like, my flesh is being torn from the inside out. We gotta fire some missiles right now. You know, like, it went from 0 to 100 real quick for Thanos.
Yeah, it did, man.
You know, like, I just feel like there's so much to talk about.
Dude, best comic book scene, though, in that entire movie, I think, was right after he just beat the shit out of Steve Rogers. He's standing alone in front of that giant fucking army.
I can't wait to see a high quality still of that.
Right?
Like, he's standing there holding and he's got his shield, and like, he's just facing him down.
Dude.
I think I don't know. Doctor Strange, I think, is my favorite superhero up to this point. But, like, Captain Marvel was so friggin' badass in that show. I can't get over it.
Like how?
Dude,
The headbutt was great.
They literally stopped bombarding the enemy soldiers.
They did that.
And they turn all of their guns to Captain Marvel because she entered the atmosphere. They're like, uh-oh, she's here.
Yeah.
And that means that she has a reputation in the universe large enough that Thanos' crew goes, that's Captain Marvel. We probably should try to get rid of her before, I don't know. She flies single-handedly through our ship and destroys it with her fist. It's ridiculous. I don't know how they're going to build a movie around her. Who's gonna take her down?
Dude, yeah, that's my thing. Is like, I just couldn't imagine anything next. And then I thought, like, what if they don't?
Right. Well, and even that, like, I feel like we should have faith in whatever they do because our worry was she's gonna be too OP and she's gonna kill Thanos, and then they handled it perfectly.
Yeah.
We got to stop doubting Marvel.
I'm saying like they may not come back and do
Another Captain
this
Marvel?
big
Yeah.
of an ensemble outing against one bad guy.
Well,
Because I feel like you can't top this.
do you think that maybe we leave Earth? You think maybe we have the TV shows? That's why we have Falcon and Winter Soldier as a TV show. They deal with Earth, and now everything else is cosmic. Because you got Thor, you got Captain Marvel, you got the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, so Thor's with the Guardians now.
And all of that stuff with the super powerful people and the people who are living planets, and Galactus is out there, and he's like older than the universe itself. And
Galactus would be the
all
big bad
of
next if
them-
they do try that.
Right, and all of them deal with the universe. And then X-Men, they do Earth. And that's it. You think maybe they have to split it? Because I can't imagine. For one, how is Nightcrawler going to help against Galactus? You know? So I can't imagine them meshing anymore. But then again, how does Hawkeye help against Thanos? So we can't stop. We can't sleep on Marvel. They somehow know what they're doing. Because everyone in that movie felt like they contributed in a meaningful way that wasn't outside of the scope of their abilities.
Yeah. Well, that's what as soon as those three, Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man, were going up against Thanos, I'm like, okay, there's one man that's a little standout from the group that's not really about to do much. He's just over here kicking and punching people.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, fucking Mjolnir comes to him. I'm like, shit, man!
Yeah.
He's got the lightning, too?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, that's what
that was
Mjolnir was
comic
for,
booky
was for
too,
the
man.
lightning to be
God
channeled. Yeah.
Damn.
Because his hammer could summon
And then
the
I was
lightning.
like, oh, fuck, he's a fucking contender now.
Right. Well, he's not anymore. He retired.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd like Sam being the next Captain America.
Well, who else would it be?
Fucking Bucky, man.
No, he's done. He's tired of being in wars. I think they made a point of him. They were both standing there, and he saw Cap, and he's like, you go over there. I don't want to do this.
I mean, yeah.
Like, I don't think Bucky wants to do that anymore.
I don't think Bucky's
like he was
good big
buying
name.
fruit in Romania in Civil War. Like, he's done.
Yeah.
And then he was chilling out by a lake, and I assume he'll be with Black Panther. I assume he'll go back to Wakanda.
No, but he has a show.
Oh yeah, but maybe that
He ain't done that.
Maybe it'll be like House Hunters on WHD-TV, man, and it'll be like him and Sam looking for real estate, to invest in. That'd be cool. I'd watch that, dude.
It's gonna be a fucking action comedy.
Hey, well, it'll be it'll be the new Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be the new Lethal Weapon. Riggs. I can't wait, dude. Okay, back on track. What were we talking about?
Fat Thor.
Fat Thor. So one, Meek was in the thing. Korg
Meek
was in
and
the
Korg
thing.
were back,
And
man.
they were playing Fortnite. Which brings up a lot of implications because Thanos is in Fortnite, Mm-hmm. And that means that Fortnite did a promotion featuring the man who destroyed half of the world. It's pretty messed up.
That's kind of
Like,
messed
could
up.
you imagine like a video game having Hitler in it? Like, that would not be okay. That's what Fortnite did. One more reason to ban
There
Fortnite.
are so many video games with Hitler in it. So many. But not as a character that you could play.
It's a great point.
So,
No one's excited really to play Hitler. At least you shouldn't be. I shouldn't have brought up Hitler.
dude, this is good. I'm really glad I got this.
It is good, man.
It's more expensive than Miller Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light, but
Do you think this is like the fancy Corona?
it might be.
Yeah. Maybe. Britt says Winter Soldier is the next captain after Rogers dies. How it's supposed to be.
There's a lot of things in the show that aren't how
Right.
they're supposed
We
to
are
be.
drinking Modelo. It is a Mexican beer. Mexican beer. So, but yeah, I agree with you, Kay. Like Bucky's done. I don't think he wants to fight anymore.
He's gonna be fighting though.
Yeah, but I don't think he wants to.
Well, sucks.
It does suck.
I don't think Sam wants to take on the mantle of Captain America, but he's gonna do it.
I think he might want to. I think he feels bad about replacing Cap. I don't think he feels like he doesn't want to be. Like, those are big shoes to step in. Did you see him hold Mjolnir?
Also,
you think Sam's going to hold Mjolnir at any
Yeah,
point?
like, how the fuck is he gonna be Captain America? He's
don't
gonna
know.
fly around with hawk wings and a shield?
Well, keep in mind, the name of the show is not Winter Soldier and Captain America 2. It's Falcon and Winter Soldier. So they may not do that. They may retire Cap, and he may just have the shield. You know, who knows?
Maybe.
We can't sleep on him anymore. I don't think we could have any doubts on how good they are. Sam, I believe you're Captain UK. Is that a thing? Just gives tea to people,
Yeah.
right?
Tea
Anyway,
and crumpets.
so
Hello, Governor.
so
Would
do
you
we
like
want to
my
skip?
tea and
We skipped the
crumpets?
part with the Captain America therapy group.
Can we talk about how Joe Russo was in that scene as a gay man?
Yes. You know, people have a theory about that. You know the snapping that happened on Reddit? Do you remember this? It was right after Infinity War came out. Everyone joined a subreddit. I don't remember what it was called.
The
But
snapped or the non-snapped or something?
yeah, and basically they said we want the mods of this subreddit to ban half the people. Mm-hmm. So it's like a snap happened. And it turned out to be, like, it started with like, okay, haha, that'd be funny. And then it turned into like millions of people joined the subreddit and it became a thing. And like Reddit admins had to get involved to like write the scripts to ban everybody because there's no automated way to ban people.
Right.
And so they did it. And apparently the Russo brothers are big Redditors and they were both on that. And
They both got snapped?
no, only one of them did. The
Oh.
one that wasn't in Endgame.
No
And so people say
shit.
that he was allowed to be in that
That's
therapy group
amazing.
because he was the one that lived and his brother did
That's
not.
fantastic if that's true.
I like it. I'm going to
super
believe it whether or not it's
fantastic.
true or not. Because apparently they're big Redditors, so that sounds like something you'd do.
That's hilarious.
But they also put everyone from Community into it, so I think like almost everybody in Community has been, because they
I
conducted
saw
a
Ken
bunch of
Jeong,
Community.
I
Yeah.
saw Shirley.
Yep. Well, and then in their movies. So like the
Okay.
bald principal is in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
The tall Indian guy. I didn't watch Community.
Oh, Danny. Yeah,
He's
Danny
in
Pundy or
he's
something
in
like that.
Winter Soldier. So they like tried to put most. I don't think Joel McHale made the cut. But
I don't think he did.
He's a little too
Chevy
famous.
Chase definitely didn't.
Oh, I think Chevy Chase played Thanos, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
And then, whatever her fucking name is.
Jillian Jacobs.
That one.
Yeah. I don't know if she made it either. But they also could be aliens in the background for all we know
Could
at
be.
some point. So, but either way, where were we? Oh, so we don't want to talk about. We'll talk about Ant-Man waking up. The rat saves the universe.
Rat saves the fucking universe.
Rat
man.
saves the universe. Rat is the MVP. I don't like new Cassie. I don't
Yeah.
like her. Old Cassie was too cute. She can't be replaced.
Well, how old was she in this? It
She-
was only
she-
5
she's-
years.
So, I honestly don't like this casting, which leads me to believe that they may have plans for her if they casted her kind of off type, because they were just looking for a bit actor to look like Cassie. I feel like they would have done that, but they wanted someone who could also act, so I feel like they have plans for her. She's 10 in Ant-Man and the Wasp. She'd be 15 now. The actress who plays her is 17.
Really?
So she looks
She looked 8.
she looks 45.
20,
Yeah, she looks old, which is why I think they probably got an actress who can act instead of one that looks like her, because
That's fucking nuts.
why would they do that? You know?
don't know.
Oh, hold on.
How you doing there?
I was almost caught up with you. Modelo! These are pretty good.
Yeah.
These are pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Okay, so do we want to talk about... I mean, I think the Ant-Man stuff's interesting because it shows the devastation. It's really the only point of the show where we saw the real devastation. Like, half of San Francisco looks horrific.
Yeah.
But... And it would, because they have all these houses now that don't have people in it, and they have all these jobs that have vacancies and all that. Aquaman
The Mets
is
are
not
gone,
Marvel.
bro. The fucking Mets are gone.
Right, so does that mean that like half of the baseball players got snapped, or so many of them got snapped that there's not
Probably.
enough?
Yeah.
I mean, or does that mean that like,
They probably had to fill in for actual jobs.
yeah, Like, I would like to know more about that. That's what I
Yeah.
meant at the beginning of the show. Like, I would like to know more about the economic stuff that they did, because I think they're not afraid to hit on it, because they kind of did that in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Like, the whole point of that is Birdman.
Yeah. Birdman.
Birdman is a construction worker, and he's mad that Tony Stark took his job.
Right.
You know, and so I feel like there's going to be more of that behind-the-scenes type stuff that we could explore later on. You know, or maybe we'll see it in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe something like that. But I do kind of wish we knew a little bit more about that, but I get why we don't, because the movie is like, let's go. Let's get 3 hours. Come on.
Man.
So I don't know. But it was interesting to see that all that happened. There's also
I wasn't expecting Tony to have a kid.
No. No, he had a kid. Well, they did, like, this is, I
They
think.
teased that in Infinity War.
It's a great, yeah, they did. And they even mentioned her name, that her crazy Uncle Morgan was who he had a vision about, or the dream about. And, like, it's, again, his daughter's name's Morgan in the movie. And it's funny to me, like, that is a perfect example of how good the Russos are at what they do. That in that one scene they showed, Tony's isolated from the world. He lives in his own bubble with his family. He has this daughter, but yet he's still tinkering in his garage building armor because he built one for Pepper for no reason except that he wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that goes to show that even though he wants to let go, he never let go. And that makes more sense than in the couple scenes later when he's inventing time travel.
Well,
you know?
and it just ties so well into the fucking last thing Pepper says.
Right, yeah.
Like, in the moment,
yeah.
I hated that because I thought she was just like,
I mean,
being
he
like,
was,
you're gone, bro.
He was dying.
See ya.
And I also, another thing, like, just.
But I get that it was to comfort him on the way out.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn.
And to totally derail, that's why I want to watch it 4 or 5 times. Peter Parker freaks out because Spider-Man can hear his heartbeat, and he can hear his heart slowing, and he can hear him dying. Like, he feels overly like you can't die compared to everybody else because he knew before Pepper asked Friday to scan his vitals that no, this man's dead.
Yeah.
He's a dead man. And I love the little subtlety and the stuff they throw in there that people who are obsessed with these characters and their powers and their personalities, like, they'll catch up on, but they don't spend time describing the minutia to the layperson because it also doesn't matter to the overall story.
Yeah.
But it's like, I just love little things like Spider-Man again in Infinity War, like when one of the, like, the guy who throws the big claw at the very beginning of the movie, like, Spider-Man just catches it with one hand, like he's catching a baseball, like it's no big deal, you know, like they just throw stuff in there that you don't notice, but you notice on a repeat viewing number 85, you're like, oh my god, they reviewed every frame of this movie and every character and what those characters are doing in every single frame of the movie, and they cared.
And they did that in less than
how do they do
20
it?
years, man. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
They've made, arguably, I would say 4 of the top 5 Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah.
Civil War, Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, and they did it back to back to back to back. Because they went from Winter Soldier to Civil War to Infinity War to Endgame.
Yeah.
How? How did they do it? Before that, they made Arrested Development. How did they do it?
I don't know how you go about handling that crazy of shit, man.
It blows my mind whole, man. I don't know how they do it, but they did it. They did it, man. All right, well, we should get... This is really hard for us to stay on track.
Dude,
because it's so much to talk about.
Like, I mean, I feel kind of bad for all the dudes who were snapped because this was not their movie.
Agreed.
Like, I'm sure there are characters that did not even get lines that probably should have. Like, I don't know. Wong might have said one word.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I think you're right. Well, like, literally one
Drax,
sentence.
I don't think said a thing. I think
he screamed.
Fucking Quill only got the Gamora scene.
He got kicked in the nuts.
Oh, no, at the end, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
He got kicked in the nuts, which is how he met Gamora in the first place, remember? The Guardians 1. See, I watched all of the Marvel movies again. Not all of them, but all the ones with the stone, I watched them all again. And I am so glad that I did, because there's so many Easter eggs in this movie, too. Like, throwbacks. It's so dense. Like, snapped Sam as in, like, they were dusted at the end of Infinity War. Like, that's what we mean. So,
can we talk about the time travel bit? Because
do you want to talk about Professor Hulk or anything, or Ronan, before we get to the time travel stuff?
Well, Ronan's brutal as fuck. He's murdering bitches left and right.
is.
I like the samurai just cut in the middle of the movie where they're just like, we're going to have a samurai fight.
Yep. And of course, it was that guy.
Yeah.
Because he's the bad
He's the
Asian
bad
in
Asian in
every single
everything.
movie.
Yeah.
But he's great. I love him, but he's the bad Asian in Lost. He's the bad Asian in Westworld, and now he's the bad Asian in Endgame. He's a legend.
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner's Japanese sounded atrocious next to
It
that
did,
guy's
yeah.
Japanese.
I really did. That was a great.
It's not like I could do better.
And the cinematography is so fucking good too.
I don't know how they.
Like,
the
I
whole
mean-
movie is good.
Most of the dialogue scenes, it's either a very tracked shot
Right.
if it's kind of expositional, but if there's any meaning to the lines, it's handheld.
Right.
But then, just some of the fucking cinematography, like that whole Ronin scene.
Right.
It was just shot one take.
And then the neon
the
lights
fucking-
over the
yeah,
stuff.
man.
See you later, Kay.
And then just the spinning around that samurai fight the entire time. It
So
looked
good.
gorgeous.
So good. What about Professor Hulk? You want to talk about any of that? What about when he says dab?
He did say dab. There are a couple of references in this that are they're gonna age poorly.
I think they wanted to make
But-
some memes. Like,
But then that's the thing too, because the dab is right now. That was 5 years from now.
Yes.
You still think we're gonna be dabbing 5 years
no,
from
but
now?
I think that's part of the joke. Is that the
It's
whole?
old?
He's an old scientist. He
I
doesn't
guess.
know. He doesn't.
That makes sense.
He's not used to fame. He's used to people posting on Twitter, "Help! Hulk is destroying my grandma's house." And now people want a photo with him. And Ant-Man's like, "You want to get a photo with me?" Kid, no.
No, but he does. He's gonna be sad if you don't.
Just take the phone. Just
Take the goddamn
Just take the phone. So good.
Dude, and I love the scene when they're back in New York and the Hulk's like, "You gotta Hulk it up," and he's like,
Yes.
I think a lot of the jokes in this one hit better for me than Infinity War did.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the jokes in Infinity War, in retrospect, look a little out of place because at the end of the movie they lose,
Yeah.
and it's like you should
It's
be
like,
taking this more seriously.
Yeah, it's a little more serious. Like
But
after this, you only got comedy,
Right.
Or else it's crying.
Yeah, it's our saying, man. If you don't laugh, you cry. That's literally like this whole movie. I
Yeah.
feel like until
And I
That's
get
it,
that
actually, it's the whole movie.
with Thor. I think Thor was a little much for me. I wasn't really ready for all that.
I don't know. It's so weird, Thor, because I do know people that are upset that Thor felt out of character.
Yeah, he's very comedic now, and I mean that's because of
But
Ragnarok.
They made it that way, But Ragnarok's the best Thor movie. So do you?
It is, but I mean,
I
if
don't
you
know.
get too much of that, then maybe not.
I don't know. It's. I think I think if he transitioned to comedy in Dark World, it would have been better.
Yeah.
Because we're still living through his transition.
Right.
I think that's why it's weird.
Because I mean, he had like a joke in the original Avengers,
Right. But it wasn't a joke. It was he's adopted and he meant it seriously and it just
Yeah.
sounded funny.
Uh-huh.
Like I think Fat Thor, of course, because he reminded him of me. I know why you didn't like Fat Thor, Britt. You're like, oh god, it's Seth. Get him out of here. It's fat, drunken, video game playing, bad-haired Seth.
Yeah.
That's what it was. But anyway, I liked Fat Thor because I think they had to make Thor fat in order to show that he's actually snapped. Because how do you show that he's actually snapped without him losing his physique?
That's a great point.
How do you show it? Like, how does the dumb idiots out there like us go, oh, wow, he's depressed?
Yeah.
How do we look at it and figure that out without something as unsubtle as him just being fat? Because even if he's just hanging out with Meek and Korg, I could see him doing that with a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I think they had to show him like he does not care about him or anything else right now. Because his body was the first thing to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely get why.
Right.
And
It's just jarring.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right.
But yeah, it took me out of the movie for a hot second. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? That's a direction to go, I guess.
Right.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, man, the rest of it. Literally, once you said, you were like, once 2012 hits, don't leave.
Right, you can't leave.
And, yeah.
Everything past that point is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, dude, let's jump to time travel, man.
Yeah. So you were right. They came in, they got Tony. Hulk tried to do it, didn't work. And that's also why I'm kind of scared about Hulk being the smart guy going forward. It's because he's not really, like, he's smart.
He's smart in a different way.
He's
not an inventor.
Tony
he's
can
a
just
math.
figure shit the fuck out.
Tony's the mechanic. Bruce is the engineer. I think that's the difference. And I don't really know what engineers do. To be honest, I don't really know what mechanics do either. I don't know. It is interesting. I agree with you.
Everyone is back alive, Sam. Minus the people that died not from the snap.
Here's the thing, though. I think that they're going to split space and Earth. I do think they're going to do terrestrial and cosmic.
Probably,
and I think the cosmic stuff doesn't need Tony Stark. Because if you think about it, okay, I don't know if this is a plot hole or if it's a purposeful implication. Nebula steals what? 2-3 Pym particles canisters and gives them to Thanos in the middle of the movie, the past Nebula. Mm-hmm. But Thanos is able to bring his entire army and garrison and ships and tanks and a giant gorilla through time. They cracked the Pym particles. They had to have synthesized it and made their own. Yeah. Something one person on Earth, not even Howard Stark or Tony Stark, could do. Only Hank Pym could make Pym particles. Like, I think that shows that Earth is a little tiny piece of garbage, honestly. Like, our smart people, Tony Stark may be one of the smartest people in the universe, but there's 400 other people that are the smartest in the universe.
Shuri?
Yeah.
You think she's going to be the smart guy?
I don't think she'll be as smart as Tony, but she could definitely, I think, take his place. Mm-hmm. But I think the thing that made Tony so special, and now he's dead, so that's really messed up, and it goes to your point. But like, I think the thing that made him so special is he didn't need something else to be Tony Stark. He could create something in a cave with a box of scraps. Mm-hmm. Shuri, at least for everything we've seen so far in the movies, needs vibranium. Right. Mm-hmm. Needs an internet connection. She doesn't mean she's not smart. Yeah. It just means that we haven't seen her do something. Right.
Anything, yeah.
We haven't seen her do what Tony does, which is figure out a way to survive in space longer than he should have. Yeah. Or get out of a cave or fight PTSD.
Honestly, I don't want it to sound racist because it's not coming from a place of racism. Oh, no. But I don't really like the fucking Black Panther shit, man.
That's because it's not for us, man.
I get that. No, yeah. I'm perfectly fine with them being black. I just feel like it's not earned. It's just kind of there. I
get that.
They happen to live in a spot where this magic rock was, and then they sealed the world off from it and only used it for themselves.
I wouldn't put it past Marvel.
Is that how they feel about us as white people colonizing the entire world?
Isn't that what the entirety of Black Panther, the movie, is about?
I think it was probably about that, right?
I think it's about that, yeah. That they're going to no longer be in silence.
I don't like that.
Well, I don't think you're supposed to.
I wonder how they felt.
I don't think you're supposed to.
In real life.
But the thing is like, that could be motivation.
Well, it did look a lot bigger, I thought.
What, Wakanda?
In the end of that.
That's the city, yeah. You don't really see it that much. And, I mean, I don't know. You
don't see it at night.
I think it's incredible that Marvel did what they did. Because if you think about it, so many of these new characters that have this impact barely got one movie. Like Black Panther, 1 movie. Captain Marvel, 1 movie. Doctor Strange, 1 movie. Mm-hmm. And the Russos did a job of making their movies better in the movies that they guest starred in, the Russo movies. And then, because like even Ant-Man barely had 2 movies. Thor has 3. Iron Man has 3. Captain America has 3. You know, Scarlet...
Not to mention all the other movies.
Right, and exactly. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I think that if a time machine existed, Kevin Feige probably would make a Black Panther 2 to give a little more context to those people. You know, I shouldn't have said those people. I just mean in general that comic book franchise.
Right.
Okay, same with Captain Marvel. I'm sure he would... You think he would have said it in the 90s if it would have come out 5 years ago? I bet he wouldn't have. I bet he did it because he had to, because it's in between Infinity War and Endgame. So I bet going forward, we'll have less of that problem where people have 1 movie right before the movie, you know?
Yeah.
I think that'll happen because I kind of agree with you. Like, we have more context for Cap's struggles, failures, and accomplishments. We don't for T'Challa because we've only ever been on screen with him for 45 minutes, you know? Yeah. That's all we've ever spent time with him.
And I mean, give it, the man almost died, but I mean, that's about the most hardship he's gone
But
through.
every superhero almost
dad
dies in every
dies.
one of their movies.
Right,
Every,
like-
every single one of them almost dies.
I don't know. I don't know why it
No,
just
I-
doesn't resonate with me, and it's not the culture.
I agree with you. It has nothing to do with
culture.
culture.
It feels like
No, I
there's
agree with
not
you.
as much
But I
to
think
fight against.
I think that's the point. Like, I think a big part of Black Panther was that they need to be seen by the world because the world is no longer Earth. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think he's figuring that out. I bet Black Panther 2 has a lot to do with it. I have to think so. I think they hit on that.
Yeah,
because
no, that'd be cool.
It's hard to. I agree with you. They just sit in there. It's kind of selfish. It's selfish, but I
Yeah.
think that's hinted on in the other movies. That's why he builds outreach centers at the end. But I think they're going to start
Right.
doing more of that going forward.
And they probably did in between now or then and this movie.
Right.
And that's why I think Wakanda looked a little bit bigger. Is
Could
because they
be.
probably invited
Right.
neighboring countries. To
Well,
come
and it's
settle,
also
but-
that scene is 5 years after Black Panther.
Right.
Who ruled? Who was the Black Panther
When?
during those 5 years? Maybe there wasn't one.
Oh, right.
Like, see,
because
there-
T'Challa was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shuri was gone. T'Challa was gone. I mean, I don't know if women can rule in their culture. Maybe it was just the queen, for 5
Maybe
years.
because yeah, she's still alive.
Maybe it was,
Maybe it was M'Baku.
yeah, it could have been him.
I'm surprised that came back to me that quick.
I would not have remembered his name. I like him better than Black Panther.
Right? He should have been Black Panther.
He's better.
Can we just say that fucking Chadwick Boseman's arms are too long for his body?
I don't like his suit.
It's too long.
I see
He
his
looks
dong.
like a crawling. Yeah, he looks like a
Weird.
fucking whatever the
I agree with you, 100%.
writer, whatever the alien creatures are for dance. He looks like one of them.
I agree.
He looks like he's walking like a fucking. I don't know. He looks like Slender Man,
I
man.
like Chadwick Boseman. I don't like the Black Panther suit. There's something about the suit. I think it doesn't have enough contrast.
Dude, it looked great in fucking Civil War.
It looks bad in Black Panther.
It does.
Yeah, I agree
It
with
looks
you.
bad there. It
I
looks
agree with
bad
you.
in Infinity War. It looks bad here.
Yeah, they redesigned it on purpose in Black Panther, and I don't like the new redesign. I'm not a fan of it, but that's a nitpick.
Yes.
It is.
Very small.
He's
nitpick.
also on screen for what, 55 seconds?
Right.
Like he's barely in
I'm
it.
saying the Snap people did not get a lot to do.
And I think that's okay.
That's fine.
People were like, Captain America got 4 lines in Infinity War. They made up for it.
Yes, they fucking did.
All right, let's just talk about it.
All
Let's
right.
get into it. 2012. Take out the battle scene. 2012 time travel scene. Best thing ever to happen in cinema. Ever.
Yeah.
When they go back
Right?
and they make basically what is a behind the scenes viewing
Uh-huh.
of the events of the
That
Avengers.
we didn't see from the Avengers.
Like when
yeah.
Tony Stark says, "All right, we can't just stand around posing all day."
Mm-hmm.
I lost it. Because they do just stand there and pose.
Yeah.
And
no,
then they-
I liked when Loki turned into Captain America
Yeah.
and then they put the fucking muzzle on
Yeah.
him. I was like, why'd they put a muzzle on
I
him?
loved when S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's
showed
why,
up.
right?
Because that type of,
That continuity.
that's the Russo brothers to me.
Yeah.
That Winter Soldier came out and they introduced, hey, there's this whole network of things
Uh-huh.
that exists outside of the Avengers. Like, the real world exists. And then they did it also again in Civil War. Like, there are real people behind your actions.
Mm-hmm.
I love they went back and did that in Avengers. Because
Yeah.
Avengers spends the whole time being larger than life. Even
Right.
Nick Fury is above the law. And I can't believe they got Robert Redford to come back and do Alexander Pierce for 35 seconds of screen time, and then they almost did the elevator fight again. I was like, are they gonna do the elevator fight?
I thought he was about to say, does anybody want to get out? But then he was
I
like,
couldn't
Hail
believe
Hydra.
it.
I was like, damn, Cap. Smart as shit up in here.
And then he runs into himself, and then he comments on his own butt.
Yep. Yeah, he does.
Cap, that suit did not do your ass any favors, I think was the quote. And then Ant-Man goes, Cap, as far as I'm concerned, that's America's ass. And then he knocks himself out.
He's like, that is America's ass. Oh, God, man.
It's so good.
It was so well written.
It's so good.
That bit, the middle bit, I think is
Yes.
the best writing.
Agreed.
For sure.
And, dude,
Yeah.
Hulk on the stairs
so many stairs.
Is me behind Priuses. That is me
Oh, shit.
looking at that stupid plane. That's literally me. It's something so stupid to get mad about. But I'm mad! I would turn green if I could. Next, on Thursday, we're going to talk about my son who went and saw that plane on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
I hate that plane. Oh, I hate that plane. I hate it so much. Oh, I want to burn it.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
but I got to save that for Thursday. We're talking about Infinity War right now. Or Endgame, whatever it's called. Whatever. Okay? But yeah, that piece of writing, that whole scene is just so slick. Mm-hmm. It's so well done.
It really is.
Like, and I think
It's kind of like a heist movie right in the middle.
it is. It's a time
Crazy.
heist.
Yeah.
It's literally
It is
a time
literally a
heist. He
fucking
says
time
a
heist.
time heist. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
That's
And like they
crazy.
named 40 time movies just in the movie. There's Liz Bob. I love how Rhodey, when they figured it out, he's literally like, "Can we just go back and strangle baby Thanos?"
That
Like,
was the best.
he's so done with
He's
all
like,
this
"That's dark,
nonsense,
man.
It's like it's Thanos, bro.
There was so many good comedy lines in this one.
That's like. There's so many things that happen in the background, and then there's so many things that happen at the forefront, and the movie is so dense. I don't know how they did it.
I don't know.
I don't know how they
don't
should
either.
show this in college on how to pace something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you go watch Daredevil season 3, and then you watch this movie, and you go, they should have paced it like this.
Yeah.
Why do we need all this crap?
No, Britt turned to me halfway through the movie. She's like, "It's an hour and a half in. It's almost over."
Yeah,
I'm like,
I went-
Or it's half over. I'm like, "What?"
I went pee during the Hawkeye visits his family scene because I was like, okay, I know he's not going to be his family, so I literally been walking up to the bathroom while I hear him go, "Lisa," or whatever his name is, and so like, I looked at my clock, and I went to a 7 o'clock showing, and it was 8:45, and I'm like, huh?
Yeah, man.
I literally did that at the urinal.
I definitely felt like I was gonna be sitting there being like, "All right, I get it. Let's go," but that never happened.
Right, it's so fast.
Yeah.
I couldn't
3
believe it.
hours flew by.
So they have all of that scene, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
I could do this all day. I know part. Like it's so good. It's so good.
And it's just kind of cool to revisit the sets
Agreed.
too.
100%
Like
agreed.
the interior of the Stark Tower, never seen really.
Right, I love that. I think we're nerds
Oh,
about
yeah,
that, so I think
definitely.
we love it better than most people. But they could have made a whole movie where Tony Stark watches the Avengers be made, and I would have watched that.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And then they do, and then they go back to Asgard, and Thor has a panic attack. He meets his mom.
Dude, that rocket scene too, that was great. Hey, Thor, come here.
Yeah,
Come here.
Yeah.
Just come. What up?
slaps him with his little raccoon hand. The soldiers call him a rabbit. Everyone on Asgard
Yep.
apparently thinks
Get the
raccoons
rabbit.
are a rabbit, which is just hysterical to me. But yeah, it was perfect. And then the whole, let's talk about the space side later because that's kind of dark. But like, and then they went back to 1970. You see a young Hank Pym. You see.
Oh man, it just gets me rock hard. Oh yeah.
So how was it, Taylor? I would be lying to you if I told you I liked it. It was probably one of the worst things I've ever. Like, I've never been more disappointed.
All right, catch Taylor up. I gotta pee now. I can't.
You
make
gotta
it.
pee?
I made it through the movie. I couldn't make it through the recap of it. Sorry.
Taylor, it was incredible. It was incredible. I'm honestly a little bit disappointed that you can't experience it with us because you should go back, watch all the movies, and watch Endgame because it's an experience unlike any other. It's like I don't know if there'll be another movie like it in our generation. I honestly don't. I don't think it'll exist. I don't think it'll exist unless there's another one, which there can't be. But anyway, yeah. So it was great. We're drinking Modelo today, by the way.
Modelo, it's making me pee.
Did you actually make it through the movie without peeing?
Yeah, I did, man.
I didn't. That's incredible, dude.
Yeah, and no, I was drinking beforehand too.
Yeah.
So, and it was beer. So I definitely.
I don't know how you did it.
I don't either. I honestly don't.
There
My
are
bladder was like, I know what to do.
there were a
I'll
lot of
stay
people
calm.
there, Taylor. I'm not gonna lie to you. There were a lot of people there. How full was your showing?
Oh, it was packed. It was
Packed,
full.
full.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What time did you get? Did you get home at 2:30 a.m.? That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And then we talked about it for an hour, and then I don't think I slept. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm awake as I am right now because I literally felt like I did not sleep because I was running through that goddamn movie.
I think Game of Thrones being tonight is proof there's a God.
Why?
Because if we went and saw Endgame, and then there was nothing else, that'd be it.
You end?
You know how there's before Christ and after death?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's before Endgame, after Endgame on my life. Like, we should start recounting. I'm 0 years old. Next year I'll be 1 post Endgame. You know?
I like that.
It's just, if Game of Thrones will let us, we still had something to look forward to.
Yeah.
If Game of Thrones tonight sucks,
There's no way.
there
It will
isn't.
be on a smaller scale for goddamn sure.
There's
but,
no way.
oh, man. No, yeah, Britt walked out and she was like, I think that just ruined movies for me.
There's no other. I looked at my sister and I said, that's probably the best thing I've ever seen.
I think so, yeah. No, I can't point to one thing. I mean, Dark Knight is different in a tonal sense, but still, I'm gonna probably need to watch this one more.
We're in the honeymoon period, 100%.
Right.
Yes.
But at this moment, I would definitely choose to watch Endgame over Dark Knight right now.
Endgame holds up. I think that's the thing. Like, we did this a year ago. We did a show, Infinity Game spoilers.
Yeah.
We loved it. We basically had no complaints about it.
Right.
We speculated about how they're going to fix it. And it still holds up.
Yes, Endgame has not been ruined, or Infinity War has not been ruined for me. See, this is the bad thing, though. This is what makes me scared, is we've done this for Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Yeah, but I had serious problems with The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Did you?
I did. Don't you remember we did Force Awakens one?
No. I remember Last Jedi, and we both came out of that saying it's the best Star Wars movie ever.
I still stand by that.
And that's
factual
fucking bullshit
for
as fuck.
I loved that movie.
No.
I think I rated Empire above it. And I think, well, actually, Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie, but it doesn't count. Like, this Last Jedi is probably my #1 seed for Star Wars movie because it disrespected all the Star Wars fans, and I love that.
You're the worst.
Because I'm not a Star Wars fan. Sorry.
You're the worst.
But anyway, hey, Bad Juju, what's up, dude? My point was, we talked high about Infinity War, and we still talk high about it today, a year later.
Yes.
And this movie was better than Infinity War.
I was very skeptical going into it, hoping that it wasn't going to ruin the impact of Infinity War, and it didn't.
It made it better.
It did.
It made it better, and it made every other movie in the Marvel Universe also made it better.
Yeah.
The whole movie it lifts up other movies, and it perfectly concludes all of them.
This 10-year adventure, yeah.
It's nuts. Taylor, I put it above Dark Knight, and you shouldn't unsub. You don't watch Marvel. I think if you watched Marvel, that's why this movie is so hard.
For anyone who doesn't watch it, yeah.
Right, because if you said completely in a vacuum, here's The Dark Knight, here's Endgame, which is the better film, Dark Knight's going to win.
Yes, because it ties up everything in its own movie.
It has a start and an ending.
Right.
Endgame assumes that you've been at least
It's the season finale of a TV series.
Right, that's what it is.
But every episode is a 2-hour-long blockbuster movie.
That's what it is. You're exactly right. That's literally what it is. And I think if you don't have that context, it's easy to not rank it above the top movies of all time.
Infinity War and Endgame are a 2-part season finale.
It's a 2-part season finale, yeah.
Good God, man.
Yeah.
Not only did they do it once, they did it fucking twice.
They did it twice. Well, the Russos did it 4 times.
I'd put both of those above Winter Soldier,
Agreed.
Civil War.
Agreed.
And that's only because I've seen Civil War and Winter Soldier and all the other ones too, though.
I think the best part about it is that you're going to go back and watch Winter Soldier, and you're going to go back and watch Civil War, and you're going to be like, these movies are now better because I know these characters more intimately than I did when I first watched these.
Maybe.
Like, it's
Most
like,
likely.
I feel like if you watch this in reverse, every character is consistent.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they all get screen time.
So, okay, just like real quick to go on Captain America's journey of a character. So we go to Avengers Ultron.
Right.
Who, when he is I think it's very short, maybe like a year maybe after Avengers.
Okay.
The first one.
Yes.
So he hasn't been that long out of the ice. So he's still
Right.
1940s Cap,
Yes.
who's not cursing and
Agreed.
is real respectful and shit.
Agreed.
And now we get to Endgame after
Uh-huh.
all this shit's happened, and he's been through the fucking ringer.
Yeah, he went through
and
the
then
downfall of
he's
S.H.I.E.L.D. and all those
cursing and
betrayals.
shit,
Yeah,
and
and then he failed his mission, which he's never really done before.
He's a
and
hard motherfucker now. He's seen some shit.
He has, too. Yeah, yeah.
I like that. That's crazy. And see, that's the consistency that you get out of watching 4 fucking movies with a minute.
Agreed. And Iron Man's the same way. Thor's the same way. But Thor's not done.
No.
That's why I think Fat Thor works, because his journey isn't over.
I'm really scared about him being in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I can't believe they literally said as Guardians of the Galaxy in the movie.
As Guardians.
He literally said it in the movie.
He did.
I don't. How do they get away with that, dude? Like, how do they do fan service like that and also make it part of the plot? Like, it's part of their character. Like, I could see everything that they did. That's those characters. We all know who's in charge.
I loved that
It's
Thor.
me. It's me, right? Yes, of course it's you. Of course.
It's you.
It's you.
It's you.
I don't know how they did it. Like, it's so good.
I liked when Thor used his hammer to shock Tony back to life in New York. I didn't know that was gonna work.
didn't know that would
I
work.
literally had no idea if that was gonna work. That was fucking hilarious.
Taylor said mouse buddy. A lot of people are saying that the rat crawling over the button is Mickey Mouse. It's Disney saving the Marvel Universe. If only they would do it for Star Wars, man.
If only.
If only they do it.
Put Kevin Feige in charge.
I don't think he wants to do that.
Do it.
I think he's got enough to worry. He just got the X-Men. I think he's busy. He just got the X-Men, I think.
Yeah, see, I thought there was gonna be some sort of hint. Did you stay post credits all the way?
I watched the autograph part and then we left. Yeah.
Okay.
I heard there's clanging on the Marvel
Yes.
logo. It's a
At the
harken
very
back to
end,
Iron
it's
Man
Iron
building his
Man.
cave.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's what I heard. So I didn't stay all the way through.
Not
My
worth
whole family had to pee. I was the only one who went.
Not
Well,
worth
Chris went and I went.
it. Yeah, not worth it.
But yeah, but the autograph stuff at the end was awesome.
That was
It was really
sweet.
cool. Did your audience clap during when they showed Robert Downey Jr. like the credits part?
I don't think they clapped on him, but they clapped once the movie was over.
Yeah, the audience. See, I went Friday night at 7, so we got like
Yeah, you got
we
the
got
nerds.
we got the me's
Yeah.
of the universe, and
I was so mad I had to wait till
there was
last
so
night.
much clapping. I didn't
God, I
know.
was
I
so
kept
mad.
telling like Chris all day yesterday. I was like, Colby doesn't get to see this movie for another 5 hours, and it was like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does he live with his life?
Dude, I know. We went to the bar right before we went to the movie.
Right.
And so Penella's there, Lizzie's there,
They'd both
Bash
seen
is
it,
there.
right.
They've all seen it already. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen?
I don't know, man.
I'm all about to punch somebody in the face if they mention the fucking spoiler. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
But no, everything was fine. I made it. I made
Glad.
it.
You didn't know any spoilers at all.
No. The only thing I knew was the 2012 thing that you told
Yeah.
me that they do go back in time, which I already kind of knew.
We already knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we saw set photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the suits, like
Right.
those were-
They're in the trailers. Yeah. So, where were we? 2012. We talked about that. You want to talk about the cosmic side, like the twist where Thanos, past Thanos, finds out that present Thanos won but died, and then quickly comes up with this plan.
Loved this. Okay, so
Didn't see it. I didn't see that coming.
Infinity War Thanos, you kind of, they really tried to make you feel for his side
Yes.
of things.
Yes.
This time, past Thanos sees his future.
Right.
Sees what he's going to do and that it basically fails. It wasn't really worth it to him. He destroyed the stones in the end because they're too powerful or whatever.
Right.
And yet, and he goes from that, he could have gone like, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Right.
Or maybe I'll fuck the entire universe
That's what
up.
he did, yeah.
And then he went into that actual dark evil that he, is.
Right.
And that was so good to me because then it made it so much sweeter when they fucked
Right, because he was a bad guy. You left
He
all
was the bad
sympathy
guy.
from
Right.
him
He's done.
as soon as they introduced that. Yeah.
That was great.
But I mean, it's also great juxtaposition because in Infinity War, like he doesn't want to kill people unnecessarily.
Yeah.
Like he punches and knocks out Captain America when he could have ripped out his innards
Right.
and thrown them across the planet.
Yeah, no, he is very.
And this one, he's like, I'm gonna bring out a giant gorilla. I can't get past that. There was a giant.
There was a giant gorilla.
Why was there a giant gorilla,
know.
dude? Like he's got all these, the Black Order. He's got all these weird alien dudes, but he also got a gorilla. Like, Loved it, dude. You'll still like Thanos is a villain in this one. I think, like, he went from being a sympathetic character to Darth Vader.
Right.
Like, he's now bad. And usually it's the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Like, usually Darth Vader is bad in A New Hope, and then by the Return of the Jedi, you're like, okay, I kind of sympathize with Darth Vader. And this one, it's like backwards. It's like, oh, Thanos is just kind of a jerk. Like,
Dude, he just wants to murder.
he's the worst.
That's awesome.
And so that twist did
great.
not see coming. I didn't
was
see
so
that
ready
coming
for
at all.
that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but oh god, yeah.
And I like
It
that
made
they
it
just
so much sweeter.
it's like, where did this come from? And Tony's like, you mess with time, time messes back. And it's just like, this is the consequences of our actions. We did it again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I don't know, man. It's such good writing. And then they still sprinkle in enough comedy for you to not be overwhelmed by the doom. Like when you see Quill singing and dancing from the beginning of
and
Guardians of the
just
Galaxy.
Like, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Then, right.
Yeah, and then you hear it without the music, and he's just singing out loud. It's like, it's such a simple joke.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how it would be. Like, that's like, it doesn't work without the music unless it's a comedy.
Right.
They actually found 2 layers in the same joke.
Yeah.
Somehow.
No, he just knocks him the fuck out.
It just, boom. It's so great, dude.
Oh man.
It's so great. So, we didn't really talk too much about 1970. Anything you want to talk about?
I'm real glad Tony got to spend a little time with his dad.
They closed it out.
Awesome.
They closed it out. As I was watching it, I was like,
the only
they're definitely
moment.
killing
Okay,
him.
so Britt cried 3 times.
That's amazing.
3
It's not
times.
30. Yeah.
Yeah. The only moment I felt any sort of feeling was when Steve saw Peggy again.
Really?
I got goosebumps.
So you must have liked the ending.
Yeah, it was fine. I saw it coming. But no.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that was the first time. I just like, because one of the best endings to, I think, a Marvel movie was First Avenger.
Agreed.
Because it's just like, I had a date and then just black.
Yep.
It was great. It was fucking great.
I agree.
And,
I agree.
And that just brought it right back. Just
Yeah,
like
man.
Staring him right in the face.
Well, and it's
man.
the same, like, the dance at the end of the movie is the same song that was playing on his jukebox, like, in The Winter Soldier when Nick Fury turns on a stereo. It's the same song, and it's just like,
How do you notice that?
dude, I'm a friggin' nerd,
Do you
dude.
read this? You read this, right?
No, that one I knew.
That one you knew?
That one I knew.
Get out of here.
What do you mean, get out of here? I
Fucking
just
big brain.
rewatched them.
Shut
I
up.
just rewatched them. Also, I love trivia. Those are the things I thrive
Okay.
for, man.
So here you go.
Okay.
This is a Brit theory. She
'Kay.
came up with this. So, I'm going to try and explain the time travel bit
Okay.
the way I see it.
Okay.
So, let's start with Thanos.
Okay.
So, as soon as Thanos saw Nebula have the weird eye flick
Yes.
and then started viewing his future, his timeline split.
yes.
So there's the Thanos that didn't happen to, that has done all the things that we've
Correct.
already seen.
That
and then
died in this movie.
Right.
Yes.
And then there's this new Thanos who's like learns all the shit, goes forward, and then
right.
gets snapped
Who
at the
also
end.
died in this movie, end of his loop.
Right.
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So same case then with Captain America. When he goes back in time to return all the stones at the end
New timeline.
and stays with Peggy. So there's technically 2 Captain Americas in life.
Yes.
One's frozen in the ice and one's spending his life with Peggy.
Yeah, but they're not in the same universe, so to speak. They're in a different timeline. He's on one of those lines when the Sorcerer Supreme, which is my favorite part in the movie, I think, when Bruce is talking to
No, I
the
don't think
ancient
so.
one. He does this, draws big line, branches off. I think, here's my theory, is that Tony's suits not only do time, they also do space. They bend space and time. So he can go to this reality and this reality at the same time.
Here's how I see it. I'm seeing there's two Captain Americas once he goes back in time. One stays with Peggy at home,
Right.
who then she marries. And then Britt's theory was that because they go back to 1970, which is not originally when he went into the ice.
But he could have gone back to 1940.
He could have.
Because she was already
But
married with kids
when-
in 1970.
But with
look at the
kids,
pictures.
no, with kids though.
Yeah.
Where?
In the
Where do you
picture,
see
he
that?
picked up a picture, and it's her and her husband and a kid.
When?
When he's in the office.
No, I thought it was a picture of him.
There's also a picture of her family.
That makes no sense. I didn't see that one. All right, well then this
There's
blows
a
up my
picture on
entire
it.
theory.
I think the only way it works is if he goes to an alternate timeline and Tony's suits can go through space-time. I think that's the only way it works. And a lot of people, now this I did read, a lot of people think that the way I'm saying it is the only way, because then it summons an evil guy named Namor who apparently deals with time.
Mm-hmm.
And he also has something to do with the underwater earthquake, that was mentioned at the very beginning of the movie by the Black Panther lady, whatever her name is.
What?
Dude, the time travel stuff, I think they left ambiguous so we could speculate about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do think that your way is probably the most likely, where he just lives in parallel to Cap in the ice. But then you also then say, okay, so Captain America allows all these wars to happen and Bucky to be tortured and experimented on. And, like, I kind of like the idea of him going to a new timeline where he fixes all the problems and he saves Bucky and they all live happily ever after. But it's in a different timeline. It's not in the current one because that would mess with past and present. And they also kind of mention that in the Back to the Future is BS line, where they talk about you can't do that if you go back and do that because now your past self is actually your present self and it's a paradox. Like, the Hulk mentions that's not how time travel works. So I think when he goes back there, it does split. And he lives in an alternate timeline, and he gets back because Tony's suits can traverse the universes. The quantum realm is a gateway, as little as we know about it, to be a quantum realm gateway to multiple instances of space-time. There's no reason to think that they couldn't go to the dimension that Loki disappeared to and he replaces the Tesseract before Loki disappears because he can traverse multiple realities. Because they already showed that there's splinters of realities. Like, the 2012 reality is now messed up. It's totally wrong. Because they didn't get the Tesseract, but they still got the staff. So at what point does Cap go back and fix that reality? How can
Right,
he?
that's what I was saying too, is because I was wondering about the Loki thing because he disappeared. But I'm
Right.
pretty sure Cap would have to go back and fix that too.
Right. So how does he do that? How does he
That-
physically do it, you know?
Yeah, we were talking about that last night too. Like, how does he re-inject Natalie Portman with the
Exactly.
ether? It would have been
Does
really
he meet
awkward
Red
to see
Skull
that.
again?
Right. How
Yeah.
does he return the Soul Stone?
Right. Mm-hmm. Is there a return policy? Can he get Nat back? Mm-hmm. You know? It's like, oh, she just fell, dude.
Just reverse that time.
You know? Like, I think that it has to work in an alternate reality, otherwise it doesn't work. Kind of with Cap's character. I mean, you could just blanket and be like, he did, like, and he mentioned this in the movie, like, he wanted to do what Tony said, which is just focus on yourself. Mm-hmm. So it's possible that he did just marry Peggy and have a family.
Probably because he
ignored all his problems.
That's what I was kind of saying, because if he did fix all those things, it would mess up the timeline.
Right.
I don't think.
So I think that it's either you believe Cap retired and didn't fix anything he could have fixed that he knew was going to happen.
Yeah, because if he did, then that would lead to a whole
Right.
other swarm of issues that he probably wouldn't know about.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think he would have been like, this has to happen the way it happens, and he knows everything happens fine.
But you think Cap could sit back and do that?
Yeah. Because he realizes he's seen where it goes. He knows that no matter what the troubles are getting through the road, like Bran says in fucking Game of Thrones, if Jaime hadn't pushed him out the damn window, Jaime wouldn't be the man that he is today.
Right, but it's Bucky.
I don't think he cares.
It's hard to. I agree with you. I think I can see both sides.
I would let you suffer if I knew that you'd end up fine later down the road.
Oh, that's mean, man.
Sorry, bro.
I mean, what if he came and got me and I didn't suffer and I still ended up fine?
Nah, because then probably Hitler's alive, and then what are we gonna do?
You saying I caused Hitler?
God, what was that? What was the show where they go back and like stop 9/11? I think it was Family Guy.
I don't know.
Like, go back and stop 9/11, but then Hitler's alive. Yeah, they have a time travel bit too.
I don't know, man.
That's it. That's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know. I think they left it purposely ambiguous. Well, also,
So there is a photo.
I believe so. I don't know.
Because here's my thing.
I thought I saw a
I don't
picture of a
remember
kid.
her saying. Then again, you just watched these, so let me know. I don't remember the scene with old Peggy.
Well, and remember that the girl he kisses in Winter Soldier would be his niece or something.
Right.
Yes.
That's also
But
where I'm getting.
That's also the Luke and Leia thing.
Uh-huh.
You don't know, it's okay.
Right.
Yes.
So,
But how would she not know? Yeah. See, that's where the plot holes start to show up.
that's a good point. Because Britt was
Or maybe
thinking,
she did know and
Britt
she just
was
couldn't let him know.
thinking that he was her husband the entire
All
time.
right, Sam. See you later, man.
Throughout her life that we've already seen.
Right.
Because I don't remember, this is why I asked you, I don't remember in that hospital scene if she says she's surrounded by her kids or if she's surrounded by her family. Because if it's her family, it could be other, like, you know,
it's very ambiguous.
relatives.
It could easily, she could know that Steve was there.
Yeah.
They could have been, but yeah, it doesn't. I'm not saying there wasn't a picture of Cap. The one he picks up and looks at, that's his photo. That's a famous, it's in a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also on her desk, I believe, a photo of her and a child.
Interesting.
But I could be wrong.
We'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Either
You wanna
way,
go see it again after the
let
show?
me ask you this question. Yes, we missed Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this: if Bruce Banner moved Ant-Man from Ant-Man to teenage Ant-Man to baby Ant-Man to old Ant-Man to back, and he goes, "This is a breakthrough," and everyone's like, "No, this is not what we wanted," but it is a breakthrough because they could put old Cap in that machine and make him young Cap again.
Because, yeah, Ant-Man had all his memories.
Exactly. He
Except
was
just
the
was
person.
younger.
He was just a baby.
That is kind of...
Like, they did, they left a lot of things open. Like, when you let people time travel, and then you also let people de-age and age, and, I mean, there's... The quantum realm just opens up. Oh, my sweet God. April. We're doing great. Except I almost pooped my pants.
I pooped.
I gotta turn that foghorn off. Thank you very much, first of all, for using the bonus Bleed Purple. Right now, if you use Bleed Purple as your cheer
Is it
remote.
a K-State thing?
No, it's a Twitch thing. You get 10% extra bits. So she cheered 500, which gave us a bonus of 50.
Ooh.
Yeah, thank you, April, very much. We're talking about Infinity. We're talking about Endgame, so
if you haven't seen it,
yeah,
probably smart not to.
we're spoiling it. But thank you for the cheer.
Not to watch it right now.
I gotta pee though.
Go pee, man.
All right.
Put the fancy new Be Right Back screen on.
No, you can fill time.
I can't fill
You can fill
time.
I believe in you.
You know I can't fill time. No problem. Have not. So you haven't seen it, April? Then you probably... I mean, unless you don't care about spoilers. I personally very much care about spoilers. And I avoided all of them for this movie. And I'm surprisingly shocked that that happened. You can do it. Spoil it? Because if so, just sit back. I mean, he's literally got... Guys... This is why I do the show with this man. Look at this. Oh, I could fill time. Okay. This is the outline of the entire movie that he wrote from memory for us to talk about. Like, I was just trying to memorize it. Literally, I didn't sleep last night because I was trying to memorize this entire movie so I could go point by point, but there are things that I forgot about that he wrote down. I don't get it. I don't understand.
What?
I was just saying how in-depth you went with a fucking point by point plot line.
I'm a nerd, man.
Yeah, I see.
I mean, do you see my plot points over here? Where are
I
we at,
didn't
by the
even
way?
read them, but yeah.
Where are we at, by the way? What are we
Well,
talking about? Oh, we were talking about
let's
time
get
travel. We skipped to the end.
Yeah, no, let's get to Nat and
Hawkeye.
yeah. So, one, Hawkeye's hair cooler in the movie than I thought it was gonna be.
See, my whole family hated his new haircut.
Really?
Yeah, they hated it.
No, when did I like it? I think it was when he went back to visit his family. I think that was it. It wasn't fully spiked back.
You know, like
it
the
was just
big
kind of
faux hawk thing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was just kind of hanging there. That's the haircut I've been trying to have my entire life.
But half his head is shaved. You need to shave more of your
I
head.
know.
Would you look good bald? I think you might look good bald, man.
No.
I think you might.
No.
I think you might. I think you might look good bald, dude.
There was an app that made you bald. Let me see.
You should also do the Tony Stark hair, facial hair.
I can't. I can't grow right here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I could do the check mark right here.
You
though.
can do that, yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if this bothered me. Falcon's facial hair at the end of that movie did not look okay to me.
It was odd.
I couldn't take my eyes off it, and it kind of ruined the end of the movie for me. Like, it was just too sharp. Like, his chin kind of comes to a point. Like, he's got a narrow jaw, and I feel like it was like, you know, like this just... I didn't like it. Are you downloading an app that makes you bald right now?
Yeah, it's called Bald Booth.
Okay. We're going to make you... I think you're going to look good, man. I'm going to look horrendous. It's not going to be okay. But I think you... oh, my God. It's already downloaded.
Yeah, man. It was quick.
That's fast,
Let's
dude.
do this.
That's fast. Okay.
All right. Do I need to get closer? Yeah.
So he lined up his head in a grid. Processing. I mean, that looks pretty right. Oh, it's finding your eyebrows. Wow, this is a lot more in-depth than I expected.
Right? Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's a bit out of hair. I get it. Oh, good God. Oh.
Can I go like...
Can you go
more
like
bald?
full bald? Oh, we'll
I
put
don't
this in the
think I
Discord,
can.
April. Don't worry.
I don't think I can.
That's bad enough.
Damn. All right, we're saving that one.
Yeah, then here, let me do me, and then we'll put them both in the Discord, and we'll just horrify our audience. Okay, so camera.
It was real bad, guys.
Okay. It's detecting my face. I don't have ears in this photo. It's gonna guess where they are.
Yeah, just guess.
This ought to be good.
Oh, Jesus. It fucked up.
Of course, it can't use a head my size because it's too big.
It fucked up.
Did it say shake? Okay, that just turns it back and forth. Okay, well. Yeah, just go ahead and put those both in the Seth and Colby Discord real quick, and we'll just... If you're watching live, I just want you to prepare yourself. If you're watching live, I want you to prepare yourself for the horror that is about to happen on this stream. Here's Colby. Okay, he looks not bad, to be honest. Not bad. It looks like a dinosaur laid an egg on my head, but stopped halfway through. That is horrific.
That's not good, man. That's really not good.
Wow. That's my new Tinder photo. That is.
There's apparently a news report
That is disgusting, yeah?
that says man beaten up after standing outside a cinema and shouting out spoilers to Avengers.
That
Endgame.
makes sense, yeah. Did you see there was a Chinese woman who was hospitalized for crying too much?
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
I did not know China liked Avengers that much.
We don't know, Britt. Bad programming, all right? We don't know. Yeah, China loves that stuff, dude. All right, we were talking about Vormir. I mean, what's there really to say?
This was the one scene I really didn't enjoy because I felt like it just went too quick.
Okay.
Like, they both were immediately ready to die.
Yes.
And I guess that goes into their whole soldier mentality.
Okay, yes.
Because they had
whatever
that,
it takes. I mean, they said
right.
that a few
They had
times,
that.
right.
They had that moment in the original Avengers where they were like, he asked Nat why she was ready to do this. And she's not a soldier, and then she's like, maybe I've been fighting for the wrong side or some shit. I don't know, but
okay.
I don't know.
You didn't feel like it
I think
was...
it just felt too quick. And then all of a sudden, she's down there with blood just surrounding her fucking head like a rose.
Well, I
I'm
think...
like, what?
I think the reason it was quick is because Hawkeye just immediately assumed it'd be him.
Mm-hmm.
Because what does he have to live for? I think was his whole idea.
But wouldn't he have his entire family to live for
Well,
if
I
they
don't
succeeded?
think he thought of it that way. I think he's like, I've already gone too far away from the man I was. I will just sacrifice myself.
He just killed a couple of Asians.
I mean, and a lot of cartel people.
And we should have seen some of
I mean,
those.
we don't know how many people he killed, but it probably was a lot. Maybe that's what the TV show will be about. We don't know. But so I think that's why
Was
it
a
escalated.
Hawkeye TV show?
Yeah. Well,
Really?
I don't think that one's been officially announced, but it's
So,
coming.
Black Widow movie.
Yes.
That's got to be pre-snapped in, right?
I think it may not exist.
Really?
I think it might be fake.
It might be.
I think we might have got jebaited.
That's
the whole
possible.
thing might be a lie.
It's really possible because she done.
Yeah.
I think they're all done. I think the original cast minus maybe Mark Ruffalo and
Thor.
Yeah, Thor.
Thor's still around.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind.
Dude, the guy loves his character. Why wouldn't you want to do that? I don't understand the Chris Evans of the world. Like, everyone loves Cap. Everyone. He does, especially in this film, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
Like, he acts the crap out of
Fucking
his
Robert
role.
Downey Jr. killed it when he came
Agreed.
back from space. God damn.
And, like, I feel like he doesn't get other roles.
Like, yeah, what has he been in?
I don't know. Maybe he's in plays. But, like, Thor is in a movie every other week, and he has no problem being Thor. So I don't get, like, maybe he has a better work ethic or, like, what it is, but I don't get why these people would want to retire.
To be done. I don't know.
Like, I never got the impression that,
Here.
Robert Downey wanted to leave. I think
Right.
he makes too much money.
I think that's
Yes.
exactly what I was going to say. He's the most expensive.
Right.
And it's
Well,
about
he
time.
should be because he made that franchise.
Yeah.
He did. Him and Jon Favreau.
Well, and he's a major selling point for it. Like Bash said, we went to breakfast with him again. He was like, he's real sad that the Spider-Man Iron Man thing won't be there anymore in Spider-Man.
You went to breakfast again with Bash?
Yeah, man.
Was that today?
Yeah, it was today. You didn't text me.
No, I was going to, but I'm like, we talk about Avengers, and I can't do it.
Yeah, we would.
Next weekend, though, Dempsey's.
Okay.
Let's go Dempsey's, man.
All right.
Let's do it, unless I'm broke, which I might be, but we'll...
Okay, now Dempsey's are homegrown. What do you want to do?
I want to go to one that has a patio.
Okay.
If so, let's do it this way.
Homegrown has a patio.
Let's do it this way. If the weather's bad, let's go to Homegrown. Weather's good, let's go to Dempsey's.
Both have patios.
Are you sure?
Homegrown has Yelp where you can reserve a seat before you show up.
Is it that busy?
Yes.
What do they serve there, gold?
Dude, breakfast places on Saturday and Sunday are crazy busy
We
here.
need to stop it. People...
Dempsey's does not have that.
Because the only thing to do is eat. That's all you can do in Wichita.
That's
is eat.
literally it.
That's all you can do.
For sure.
All right, well, we'll figure it out.
But both places have alcohol, so either who.
Dude, alcohol's great. You know what I love about alcohol? That I can drink it.
Do you have a beer?
Where did it go? Yes, I don't know how it ended up over there.
You're slacking behind, by the way.
I need another one.
I'm half done with this one.
I need
and
another
that's
one.
my third.
Dude, I'm sorry I can't keep up with you.
Yeah,
All right, you're a pro beer drinker. All right, talking a lot.
I gotta pee again.
You can go. You want to go? I just went.
All right. So
This might be the first time we both peed.
yeah.
I think so. Dempsey's makes you sick. I thought they had the best chicken of all time there. Isn't that what you said?
They do.
How does it make her sick?
It doesn't.
She said it does.
I know. She thinks it does, but it doesn't.
All right, well, I'll
She
get
gets
the real.
weird shit, man. You know what I get there?
Chicken?
I get chicken and waffles.
That's-
you know what
okay.
she got?
What?
She got the chicken pot pie, and then before that, she got some salmon dish. And I'm like, obviously, you're gonna get sick from some fish.
Just get chicken.
Chicken and waffles. When we got that, the first time we went, she got that. She didn't get sick.
You know, I've never had waffles.
Yeah, no, I think we've talked about that.
Isn't that
I said you're
weird?
a fucking weirdo.
Isn't that weird?
Go get some Eggos.
I've never had them. My mom always said they were too expensive.
Eggos?
Yeah.
There's an off-brand of Eggos.
I didn't. Well, I don't think they were when I was growing up. I don't think they had off-brands back in the day. You know.
Dude, waffles are 10,000 times better than pancakes.
I've barely had pancakes. The only reason I've had pancakes is because Chris occasionally gets them and I've picked off her plate.
Yeah, I don't really like pancakes. I would choose a waffle over a pancake any day.
See, I don't think I've ever had a waffle. Like my mom didn't
What's
used
your
to.
breakfast food?
I don't really eat breakfast.
Yeah, see, you're missing out.
That's what it is. Like I love biscuits and gravy.
Okay.
I will lap that up.
Same with
I
bread.
love that. Biscuits and gravy are great.
She only likes cream
Pancakes
gravy.
are trash. Okay,
I mean, they're not great.
I mean, they're not they're trash though. Like, if it's like, here's an old diaper or a pancake, like, I'm gonna eat the pancake, okay?
Yeah.
All right, pump the brakes a little, Taylor. Trash. Wait, what were we talking about? I don't even know.
I don't know. There was too many debating switches.
Let's get to the battle!
There was too many debating switches with the whole Hawkeye nap.
There was.
There's like 5.
They both wanted to die, but then they didn't.
Yeah. Except one did.
They both wanted them to die, but they didn't want the other person to.
Mm-hmm.
And then Black Widow outsmarted him.
She just got lucky.
I think so. She had the grapple hook installed, and he didn't. Even though he probably had a grapple hook arrow.
He did later on use the grapple.
Yeah, he should have, like, shot her butt
Yeah.
with an arrow, grappled her. Would that have killed her? Might have killed her.
I mean, it would have hurt her butt, but he did shoot an exploding arrow at her.
Better to be alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder why she wanted to get out. If she was too expensive.
I don't know if she did. I think that's I think the whole movie was about ending the character arcs.
Yeah.
And that's the perfect way for her to end her character arc.
To die?
Yeah, because she died to save her family.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else was willing to do. She just happened to be, well, besides Iron Man, she just happened to be the only person who had to.
I don't know. I think her death was a little less, commemorated in the movie, I guess. It just went by real quick for me. But anywho, battle fucking time. They get all the stones. They get them all back.
Yes.
They go to the Avengers facility. They put them in a gauntlet. And you were absolutely right. Fucking Hulk puts it on. Goddamn Hulk.
He's the only one who could, man.
Gamma radiation.
And he can't die, I'm pretty sure, because he's the Hulk. Although the Infinity Stones, I think, kind of killed him, so...
It did a number on him.
It turns out that the 6 most powerful things in the universe...
Hard to wield.
Yeah, and could kill you. Yeah, it turns out that's the thing. Who would have known? But, yeah.
Also, the whole bit... who held a stone? Somebody held one.
Are you talking about Banner, like the Time Stone?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, he did just hold it.
Well, it kind of floated above his hand.
I was going to say that kind of
But the
retcons the
Time
whole
Stone-
Guardians of the Galaxy thing.
Well, but the Time Stone isn't the Power Stone.
Right. And it may just be that one
Right.
that's hard to hold.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Anywho, they get all the fucking stones, they put it in a gauntlet, Hulk snaps his fucking fingers, takes him a little second to do, and then they have
Yeah,
one
he's like, hey,
shining
man,
moment.
this hurts a lot. Yeah, they have like 10 seconds
They
of
have
celebration.
10 seconds of there's birds
I
back.
can't believe that they just completely and totally said it worked. Because his wife calls him.
Mm-hmm.
But then the place explodes. But
Well, fucking Thanos shows up,
Right.
came through the damn time warp.
but I'm so I
thanks
think
to fake Nebula. Or
I think
real
it worked
old
better.
Nebula.
I think it worked better knowing that it worked.
What?
The snap. I think it worked better because then the heroes were like, we have something to fight for.
Right.
It worked.
Oh, yeah.
Our families are back.
Well,
Everyone
and also
survived.
it explains the entire army that they get here a
Yes.
little bit.
Well, and you also expected that to happen. Where if they had just snapped
No.
and then it blown up.
No, I was not ready. Once they came up, I was like, "Oh fuck, it's on, bitch!"
Well, I didn't expect.
I was so
I didn't
was
expect
so not ready.
the Ravagers to show up.
Everyone,
Like, everyone showed up.
every fucking one. Howard the goddamn duck, apparently.
Yeah, we're
I've
done.
gotta pee.
Are you were in the middle of the battle discussion?
I'm too hyped. The pee's leaking out.
The pee is leaking out, is what he just yelled at me. Are you kidding me? All right, well, oh, he's just yelling in the bathroom again. I just heard him yell. It's like it pains him to urinate, but it shouldn't because he's 26. But he definitely just screamed in pain and terror. So yeah, that happened. But hey, guys, what's up? Hope you all are enjoying your Sundays. Gotta fill time just for no reason here. And I mean, how much could he have to pee? He just went 20 minutes. You can't shut my mouth. We're live on the air.
I know.
Can't shut it.
We'll open it more and talk. Entertain people. What are you doing?
Okay. Portals open up. Howard the Duck comes out.
No.
Howard the Duck has machine guns.
Before that.
Yeah.
So people are fucking drowning because they're on a riverbed and they
true.
just get lit up by missiles
It's true.
raining down from heaven.
Yes. Ant-Man saves the day, by the way.
Yeah, he does.
Like, I really can't. Like, I cannot oversell how great Paul Rudd was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Every scene he was in was made better because he was in it. When he's eating his taco and they blow the meat out of it, that was the saddest part of the movie.
Just like, here's two.
Yeah,
two
man,
tacos,
and then
bro,
Hulk
I
brought
got
him
you.
more tacos, dude. How did the Hulk even make
Why
those
was
tacos?
the Hulk like a hippie this entire time?
Dude, he had Bruce's personality with the Hulk's body, man.
He's a fucking hippie.
It's so great, dude. It's so great. We didn't even talk. That's literally, I think, my favorite part about the movie was when they went and talked to the Ancient One. Such a great scene for me.
Really?
I loved seeing her. Like, I think that's my favorite part about what the Russos do, is showcase the power of the people without being over the top. They do it in a very subtle way. Like, he's like, I need the time stone. I'm looking for Doctor Strange. And she's like, Doctor Strange, you won't. She's like, you're 4 years too early. Doctor Strange won't be here. He's performing surgery 20 blocks that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like,
That she knows all the shit.
she knows.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second he's like, he gave it away, he's like, maybe he made a mistake. She's like, or I did. And then she immediately gives him the stone. It's just, they make everyone else's characters better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. No. The way that they utilized the material that they had to make this crazy fuck shit of a movie is beyond me. You got it right. People should fucking study this shit.
I don't know how they do
This
it.
is how you make a goddamn blockbuster movie great and very successful at the same time.
The people who wrote Doctor Strange did not write this movie, and they wrote the Ancient One better than the people who wrote her in Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe it's simpler because they only had to write 10 minutes of dialogue. You know, maybe that's what it is. They could take all the best parts and compress it down to 10 minutes. You know, maybe that's it. But I don't know what it is, man.
Dude, they nail
everyone.
I don't think anybody's. Yeah, no one's done better with an ensemble that big of a cast to work with.
I don't think there's ever been this big of an ensemble of a cast.
I don't think so.
But that final battle,
those fucking ending credits, man,
has everyone.
Everyone
From every movie in every Marvel franchise.
Dude, when the women, I'm getting Me Too here.
See, I do.
When the women showed up,
you hated the women.
I was like, it's kind of corny, but damn, there's a lot.
I didn't expect it. Yeah.
Shit, there was a lot.
Like, I don't.
They just kept coming.
You know, people are gonna be mad about it because people are idiots. That they had to showcase the women.
Mm-hmm.
But like, why? First of all, why do you care if they show the women?
Only reason why it upsets me, is logistically in the battle that is happening. How are all of them in the same spot in this fucking massive field of battles going on?
I don't think
they have time to just. They're standing right next to each other.
A couple of them show up late.
They're all right there.
Well, I mean, they can.
And then they all get the vagina sense and be like, "Oh, I'm summoned."
Well, I think women have that. First of all,
they might.
I think women have that. Like,
they might.
They go pee together and
they might.
They do all this stuff, you know. But, dude,
it was pretty badass. I'll give it that.
It was awesome.
Fucking the whatever Scott's girlfriend's name.
And you know, I was.
She just whoop.
Well,
out
and
of
I
nowhere.
was about to say, like, I was rooting for that scene because I'm like, where's Wasp?
Mm-hmm.
Where's her? I don't know why, but seeing Wasp in that scene really cemented that I was watching something that I feel shouldn't be possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
because she is very separated. She's never been in anything else.
Right.
Just only Ant-Man.
Like, I don't know what it is, but I guess I expect Doctor Strange to show up. You know, I expect Spider-Man to show up.
Valkyrie was there too, kicking ass. Shit.
Valkyrie's a little surprising too, but she was there in a I'm just here capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, until the end, you know.
Right.
But like, she was introduced in the.
She was not one of the snapped.
Right. Well, and she was also just a tour guide at New Asgard.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever. So it wasn't a surprise to me because I knew she was going to be in the movie. But the fact that Wasp is just there, like. She was just there, man.
Yeah,
and she's on screen, and she calls him Cap, which she mocked Ant-Man for in their own movie. It's so good.
Dude, it was fantastic.
And Gwyneth Paltrow showed up and kicked serious ass, dude.
Yes, she did.
Tony's got some good suits.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, like, I still can't.
It's too much happening. I don't even know how to talk about the battle.
Oh
I don't
my
even
God.
know how to
I
talk
don't
about
even
it.
know because so much I can't remember what happened. The whole fight between Thanos and just the 3 dudes.
Right.
Awesome.
Right.
Fucking so clean though.
Yes.
Like Thor fucking looks badass. They
Yes.
nailed the electric.
Even
power.
if he's fat,
yeah,
he still looks great.
And then that fucking beard thing that he had rocking, shit.
Which he did using
and
the
then
power of
just
lightning.
the summoning of both, and he's like, "Let me fuck
I
you
like
up,
when
bro.
they're like, I want the big one.
I want the
You
big
take
one.
This
You
one.
take the small one." Yeah. That was hilarious.
It's so great. I don't. It's so hard to describe the file. It literally, like, I've never had one, but like, if I had an orgy with 40 Asian women, like, I don't know how I would explain it to you.
Right.
Like, how would I explain what I
All
just?
the things
yeah.
that happened. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's what I feel like happened here. It's like it was. You have to see it to understand it and to be in it, because just describing it, it isn't fair.
Yeah.
Because like when I said Giant Man one punched a Leviathan, that happens in the background of 4 other things happening
Right.
of equal awesomeness at the exact same time. Like, I missed what Tony Stark was doing because I was watching Giant Man punch something.
Right. And that's why I'm saying you got to go frame by frame.
Yeah!
Through that goddamn battle,
It's
man.
crazy. Like, I wrote down things that I remember to pull it offline. So the huge battle. Well, first of all, Cap versus Thanos. That's the first thing I wrote down. Mjolnir,
God, that was
broken
brutal.
shield, and him versus the entire army. So we talked about him versus the entire army in that
That was a
scene.
great
We talked about him
cinematic
wielding
shot.
Mjolnir. We didn't talk about his broken shield.
Dude, his fucking arm.
Yeah,
Ow.
yeah.
The strap was to pull his muscles back together.
Probably hurt, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably hurt. Yeah, yeah.
A lot.
Well, and I like that scene again, subtlety, because it shows that vibranium may be great on Earth, but there are things.
There are things that beat it.
Yeah, there are things that beat it, and I kind of like that they do that in the movie.
Right.
Not-
Like it's the most powerful metal we know.
yes, that we have access to. Yeah,
But not that's out there.
yeah, it's not the best in the universe,
And then
100%.
fucking Thanos' double goddamn sword. Are you
What's he
kidding me?
doing with that thing?
Where did he get
To be
that?
honest, he's just standing in his bedroom practicing his flips.
Probably.
He's just macking it up in
Dude,
there.
he's a fucking battle hardened ninja. That's what he is.
I mean, it makes
Good
sense.
Lord.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I think my sister was talking about this yesterday because her fiance, again, is very upset Iron Man died, and so he was kind of upset that there's a point in the movie where Thanos is holding back Thor and Captain America. Like, they're both pushing on him,
Right.
and he's pushing back, and he's like, that shouldn't be possible. I think this movie shows that Thanos isn't a joke.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason that Ronan the Accuser kneels before him and is terrified to talk back. And, like, only feels confident saying stuff to Thanos when he has a Power Stone in his possession. There's a reason that Thanos just gets to sit on his butt and bark orders. And it's because he's ridiculously powerful. He's ridiculously smart. He's earned where he's got. And I think that the movie doesn't really... It maybe doesn't do that great of a job of showing it because Infinity War, he doesn't kill anybody. I think that they don't show him as, I'm this super OP brutalizer
Yeah.
who destroys planet. Like, they say it, but you don't really take into account, hey, he wiped out half of Gamora's planet. Like, he did that. Like, he recruited all of the Chitauri. They follow him for a reason. That big gorilla apparently respects him. Like, if you get a big gorilla on your side, you must be pretty cool.
Dude.
I mean, think of the Avengers, how great they
Okay.
are. They got a raccoon. Thanos has
So
a gorilla.
all the big scenes where it was like a sweeping like helicopter
Yeah.
shot of everything happening. It's kind of messy, just obviously because you can't
You can't
focus
figure-
on one thing
Yeah.
really. But like the individual fights,
Right.
When it was like Captain Marvel versus Thanos, Thanos versus Iron Man,
Spider-Man
Thanos
on a
versus-
Valkyrie.
yeah, that shit was so well done, and like I was so hyped. I was like, yes!
Yeah.
I was in my seat verbally screaming
I don't know.
because I'm like,
I
shit!
just felt like I was just sitting there being like, this is happening.
Yeah.
This is happening
Yeah,
right now in front of my
fucking
face.
Cap's wielding goddamn Mjolnir. Like, you don't see that except in the goddamn comics.
And then he says-
now it's on screen.
Now he says Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, he does.
He said it. Yeah.
Oh, he fucking does,
He
doesn't
did,
he?
yeah.
There's I am Iron Man. Fuck you.
So I wrote down, the Dusted Return. You want to talk anything about that? I mean, that scene was ridiculously incredible.
It was.
Like that's the Thor arriving on Wakanda of this movie when On Your Left happens and then Black Panther comes out and they're just ready to go. Army shows up and then all the other armies show up. All the characters show up. Like I don't even know the order of them.
Yeah.
I don't even know the
at
order.
first when I heard Falcon be like, Cap, can you hear me? I thought it was Rhodey.
Right.
And I was like, wait, no.
Yeah, I think
And
they
then-
did it on purpose.
yeah,
Because
dude,
the
so
On Your
fucking
Left
good.
is clearly a callback to Winter Soldier because
Yeah.
that's what
Dude,
Captain
so
America keeps
good,
saying to
man.
him. Well, and it also, I think, shows the power of Doctor Strange because not only did he know where all these people were and who all their allies were, like, how does he know the Ravagers
Right.
are on the side of.
Dude, he's
He just sits there all
Supreme,
day just
whatever.
knowing everything.
Yeah, man.
And he not only that, he also knew Captain Marvel didn't need a portal.
Yeah,
He's just
no,
like, she's coming.
she'll be here.
It's fine. Portal's a waste of my time,
So, okay,
It's crazy.
can we talk about the Iron Man thing?
What about it? The death?
So, no.
Oh, okay.
Well, yes, but like, so he knew, and Strange knew that he knew that eventually he may need to wield all the stones himself.
Yes.
Because he didn't steal the gauntlet.
Yes.
He stole the stones.
Yes.
And put it into
Yeah,
his
he
own armor
never
that
had-
he was already wearing.
Right,
So
he never
already
had
built that.
any point worried that he wouldn't be able to make his own gauntlet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he knew, regardless of whether or not he gets it,
Right.
he could take them back. He had a contingency plan for
Right.
if that happened.
Right.
That just shows the goddamn character of Iron Man that
Yeah,
they've
he's
always
brilliant.
been building up.
Uh-huh.
He always has a contingency for every little thing you
Yep.
can think of. That was genius
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. Well, and it's also
I was like, I saw Doctor Strange do this. One.
Yeah.
I thought he meant one stone.
no, you meant this is the one reality in which we win.
I gotcha.
That's what it meant.
I
I think what you're just saying makes me think like in hindsight going back and watching his argument now cuz he brings up Ultron. Like that was he flat out said it.
Yeah.
I wanted to prevent this and you wouldn't let it happen.
Right.
And I think that just shows that Iron Man had a contingency for this event particularly and he wasn't allowed to do it.
Yep. Because he could have
And he
swarmed
still
Thanos'
saved the
ass
day.
with robots all day long.
Hey, what's up, Acid? He still saved the day.
And
Okay.
I can't explain the emotions I went through with Pepper's lying to him. Cause like I got so mad.
Right.
I was like, bitch, you just writing him off like this? And then she started to cry, and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
it came
he was
back.
dying. She had like 10
Well,
seconds.
no, I mean, and it just kind of sums up what he's been trying to do this entire
Right, well,
time.
it's also a
is
callback
protect
to earlier in the
everyone.
movie because she's like, I could sleep this off and just, put a pin in it and I can go to sleep. And
Mm-hmm.
she's like, but would you rest?
Right.
And then at the end, she's like, we're safe, you can rest. And then
Yep.
he dies. And that's just like, there's the look that was on my face the whole time.
Right.
Like, I don't know if I blinked for 20 minutes.
Dude, man, it was so brutal. And then when they watched that fucking hologram back, goddamn, poor kid.
I know.
And I liked Happy scene too. Your dad liked cheeseburgers.
Yeah, because in Iron Man 1, the first thing he does when he gets back from the Sudan or wherever he is get a cheeseburger from Burger King.
Yep.
So good! Like, how Happy
like-
did it for 30 seconds and it's
What all are the callbacks we could possibly do? Let's just throw them in.
And they don't feel cheap, they don't feel forced,
No.
and they feel perfectly on character.
Yes.
And on point and on tone.
It's just
every one of them.
I don't get how crazy it is that they can take the 22 movies we've already had and combine them into one, basically.
I don't know how it
with a
works.
reference from basically every single one of them.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Did you see that Tony was in space for 22 days, which is the same amount of movies that he did? Because I've been here for 22, because this is the 22nd movie.
Really?
Yeah.
He's been in 22?
Well, no, Marvel MCU
okay.
universe. This
I
is the
gotcha.
22nd movie. They
Gotcha,
say that it had to do with that. Okay, here's what I wrote down. Avengers Assemble. Talked about that. Giant Man one-shots a Leviathan. Instant kill. Got to see instant
He also
kill.
steps on the guy with the claw
He
thing.
does. He steps on one of the Black Order.
Yeah.
Like one of the big ones. He's just like, nope. Nah, bye.
Yeah, just steps on the
Like
guy.
I think Chris turned to me during that. I was like, they should have had him in the beginning of the fight. I'm like, yeah, probably should have had him during Infinity War. Probably would have helped. Like if you think that it just punches Thanos.
Like, what could Thanos do?
I don't know. He,
Cuts him with his sword. He's like, paper.
it's not even
cut.
a paper cut.
All right.
Would it get through his suit?
I don't know.
Dude, who knows? Quantum science, man. I don't know. The Ravagers, Howard the Duck was there. Gotta watch it. I saw a screenshot. Cap's just standing there holding the Mjolnir. over his right shoulder is just Howard the Duck down on the ground.
Oh my god.
And Howard the Duck is there, man. It's crazy. I literally wrote Thanos had a gorilla. I can't get. He had a gorilla, man.
He had a couple of gorillas.
Why was there a gorilla? It's so great. What did you have to say, Acid? All the sorcerers were there. I thought that was cool that they showed up. I didn't know there were that many. I thought that was kind of cool. Why did Hawkeye pay his dead wife's phone bill for 5 years? Listen, auto pay is a really hard thing to turn off.
It kind of is.
Do you want to call AT&T?
No.
Also, half their tech support just died. I'm definitely not calling. You know how long the hold's going to be? Statistically, twice as long. I'm not doing that.
Great point. It was a great scene, though.
It was a great scene.
It was a great scene.
Anyway. We talked about this. Scarlet Witch was actually going to kill Thanos.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it went from him being like, I don't know who you are, punk, to him being like,
help me.
I'm dying.
Help me.
Hey, I'm FYI, death is happening to Thanos right now. Someone want to help Thanos because dying. Like I didn't expect that. Like, she just showed up. She's like, guess what? You dead today. You know, because I remember she ripped the heart out of Ultron and was like, it felt like this. She ran off dancing.
Dude, she powerful AF.
Yeah, dude, you don't really. It's funny because it's perfect. Again, it's what they do. The subtlety of they didn't make anyone feel underpowered, so Thanos felt better. Like they made Thanos. They showed in that scene that Thanos was less powerful without the stones than someone who was created using it, and they also showed that tactically he was smarter than Scarlet Witch, which is why she needs Captain America, why she needs Iron Man. It's why the Avengers only work as a team, you know? It's smart.
Dude, and then fucking Spider-Man's insta-kill.
Yeah, dude.
That was the fucking most funniest thing.
Activate insta-kill.
Ching, ching.
Just stabbing people, dude.
I got this. No, I don't got this.
I don't have this. I don't have this. It's great, dude. You take this one, I take the big one. We already talked about that. Wasp calls him Cap. Black Panther says Clint. Did you catch that? When Hawkeye has the gauntlet, he's like, what are we going to do with this? Black Panther goes, Clint, throw it to me. Which is a callback because in Civil War, he goes, hi, I'm Clint. And Black Panther goes, I don't care. So it's kind of cool that he did care. Shows that he did. You know? And Cap called Spider-Man Queens because his only Queens. Cap's from Brooklyn. Spider-Man's from Queens.
That's right.
And it's funny because that's the only that's the only interaction they ever had together was, hey, what's your name, kid? Or where are you from, kid? And he goes, Queens. He goes, Brooklyn. That's the only time they really ever talked besides the says that you're right or you're wrong, thinks that you're right, it makes you dangerous. He'll still go for the legs. Like, I mean, that's basically the only interaction. You got a metal arm? Cool. Spider-Man's so great. Tom Holland is the best thing to happen since Robert Downey Jr. changed his mind, dude.
I agree.
That kid is such a great actor.
He really is.
And he's British.
And that's why they had him be the first one to interact with Iron Man. Because I didn't think Gwyneth Paltrow could pull that shit off.
I mean, she's an Oscar winner, but she looks like me compared to Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Like, he's so good.
Her line was great, though. Like, I can't believe the emotion. Really, I harken back to that. I went from mad to immediately like, oh, shit.
Yep.
He really did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. You know what I was thinking? Hold on. I have one more line on here. Your choices were him or a tree. One of my favorite lines in the entire movie. When Gamora goes to Star-Lord, knees him, and she goes, really? This is him? And Nebula goes, your choices were him or a tree. that slayed me.
I missed that. I that one mumbled for me. I knew she said something.
Yeah, that's what she said. She goes, your choices were him or a tree.
That's hilarious.
Which that slayed me. We talked about Captain Marvel arriving. I said it was perfect. Like, one of my biggest fears going into this movie was that Captain Marvel was going to be too OP. Yeah. But I think they did it perfectly. She shows up. She struggles against Thanos when he has the Infinity Gauntlet. She saves the world. Like, I don't know. Like, he was doing this when she grabbed his hand.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, and she's like, nah. And then he headbutt her, and she just stayed there.
She just took it, man.
Dude, she didn't.
I literally was like, oh,
like,
shit.
if I poke you, you're going to look at it. Like, she didn't even do that. Like, did you headbutt me? I didn't even feel it.
Yeah, man.
And then he took the Power Stone out, and, because the only way to beat her is with smarts. Because she kicks butt first, asks question later.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, she's got the fucking. Well, I see now that's a really good question to me.
Yeah.
If she has the power of the space stone,
Yeah.
so why is she so powerful?
Well, we don't really know how that works.
Like, it's not the power stone, obviously, but I guess, yes, it's an
still,
infinity
it's still
stone.
an infinity stone.
But
Also, we don't really know what the lady, I don't know, remember her name, Captain Marvel. We don't really know what she did
right.
to the spaceship. Like, she could have used that power to make something, but that's like saying, Wanda has the power of the Mind Stone.
That's
She's
a good
still got all
point.
this power. I think it's just power.
Yeah.
I think it's all power. Like, the Power Stone literally uses, like, its power is power, but I still think all of them could
They're
light
they're
up a
force.
galaxy.
Yeah.
You don't mess with them. You don't mess
Right.
with them. We did talk about Loki being back, but very briefly as it. I think he's just going off to his TV show, personally. I think that's the whole setup, is that he's going to be at his own TV show. So Captain Marvel arrives, the headbutt, the snap, and then Tony snapped Doctor Strange one signal. We talked about that. And that was really the end. He just dies, and then they cut, like, this is the part I couldn't remember because my brain was just spiraling. But they cut from that to the funeral, right? Is there a scene in between him being dead and the funeral?
I think so.
I feel like there is, but I don't remember what it is.
It's not the Guardians, is it?
No, that's after.
I thought there was.
I don't remember what it is if there was one. I don't remember. I don't think there is, because I feel like I would remember it.
Well, Steve's there for the funeral, right?
Yes, all of them are
Okay.
there, yeah.
Maybe not then.
I think they go directly from that to the funeral.
I thought there was something.
But I don't remember for sure.
Fuck you, man. Why can I not? I saw it last night.
I know, I saw it 2 days ago. But anyway, they have the funeral. I can't believe they got all those people there.
Dude, there was so many.
Like they got frickin'
Who was the kid?
Iron Man 3 kid.
That was the
That's
kid?
the Iron Man 3 kid.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's the kid from Iron Man 3.
Who were do you know the two people standing behind him? It was him and then two other people, and then it was Captain Marvel on the steps, and then Nick Fury.
His parents, maybe? I don't know. I
Maybe.
don't remember that.
That was the Iron Man 3 kid?
It's the Iron Man 3 kid.
Good Christ.
That's how long it's been, by the way. That kid's 45 now. Yeah. But Captain Marvel, like, standing on the steps, then Nick Fury's just there. Like, I can't believe they got Nick Fury to show up for that movie.
For that.
For no lines. Michael Douglas is just there. Like, I mean, I guess he had a tiny part when he was de-aged, but, like...
Dude, fuck it. You want a goddamn $100,000 check for a 5-second scene? Hell yeah, I do.
I mean, yeah, Edward Norton didn't.
No, he didn't.
It's crazy. Oh, Maria Hill
Oh,
Coulson.
that's right.
Okay, there you go, yeah.
Oh, they did not look like that to me.
It wasn't Coulson, was it? It was Maria Hill and...
Maria Hill makes sense.
Maria Hill was
'cause
definitely
she got
there.
snapped.
I don't remember who it wasn't Coulson. It definitely wasn't Coulson.
Dude, I just cannot wait until this fucking movie's on DVD because I'm literally gonna go fucking see
Agreed.
frame by frame of that last battle.
I need to
just
see it again.
See.
I want to watch it again immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coulson wasn't there because the internet would be on fire if a guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had remade it back into the show. Because it was on fire from Captain Marvel that he was in that. So
Right.
there's no way. God, but I know who you're talking about. Britt is 100% right. It was Maria Hill and someone else, but I don't remember who it was. There's too many people.
There are.
And I was too shocked that it's like that's freaking kid from Iron Man 3, like, because I had just watched that one, like I didn't recognize.
Like, who the fuck is that goddamn
yeah,
kid?
that's Iron Man 3 kid.
That was the only person I thought it could have been.
That also means Tony saved that kid's number.
He helped him through a time, man.
Yeah, he did. That kid impacted Tony's life, and Tony took it seriously. That shows the kind of guy he is. Subtly, dude. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna die not remembering who's behind that because I do remember. I remember Britt is talking about, but anyway.
The kid that he helps in the
Yeah.
garage that takes care of his suit.
Yeah.
That kid. So after the funeral is what?
So after the funeral,
We go to the Guardians?
we go to the Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
And he lets Valkyrie be the queen.
Yes,
and then he heads off to space.
Who does? Asgardians?
Yeah, the Asgardians.
Okay.
Yeah.
After that, what happens?
And then the new Cap scene. And then
Oh,
Cap is
yeah.
dancing, and then end of movie.
Fuck. I feel like I re-experienced it and now I'm sad.
Dude, but it's happy sad.
Yes, it's happy sad.
But it's also sad.
But it's sad.
And we didn't get to it at all.
This is the thing. It would have been it would have been the best movie, no doubt in my goddamn mind. But they killed Iron Man.
It's still great.
No!
He had to die.
You
dude.
don't kill him! He was the introduction. This is the life force behind these fucking movies.
You go watch the movies with Sarah's fiance then, dude. You just watch them.
Who?
Remember he was watching Iron Man 1 and 2?
Oh, yeah, man.
It's sad.
I'm hurt.
It's my dad.
I'm very hurt.
Dude, it sucks. I agree, man.
I thought he might be in Spider-Man. No, he did.
He did. We didn't even get... the show's over.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to talk about what we think the implications will be going forward.
We can continue. I got nothing to do.
I gotta pee again.
Go pee.
All right, man. I got nothing to do. Is that what you said?
I got nothing to do. I'm going to go home and nap because I didn't sleep last night. Guys, I went to this movie at 11 p.m. It's 3 hours and 5 minutes, not to mention the fucking 25 minutes of goddamn trailers before that. Oh, it was the worst. It was such a good movie. I was talking earlier, I just don't... Yeah, way to go, Acid. Super smooth. Super smooth. You've seen this. You're the only one of our fans that are here that has seen it, and we could talk to about it. But no. What happened to cleaning the closet? Babe, throw out all my clothes. Throw them all out. I'll wear this shirt for the rest of my life. Don't care. I'm broken. I can't do it. They killed Iron Man, guys. Was anyone else here, like, at all? Like, yeah, a couple people. Yeah. But I don't think anybody saw it or cared. Sam was here. He didn't see it. Ball and Hobo was here. I don't think he's seen it yet. What the fuck? Hurry up! I can't fill this much time. That's all good. We've literally been talking nonstop about this damn movie, so... It'll probably be a great episode to go back and
There were more people here than I expected, to be honest. Yeah, I expected there to be no one because we're talking about it very early, but whatever.
Dude, I know.
Cleaning the closet?
I know.
You ain't cleaning that closet.
I have to empty my closet so she can move her stuff in because we're moving in together here in a month. Officially.
Oh, it's like official now. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. It's only got a month to back out, dude.
I know, right?
Well, actually, I should say, Brett, you only got a month to back out.
Do it.
I dare you. You won't.
You won't.
You won't. You need these.
These?
These right here.
Oh, those.
Yeah, she needs those.
I thought those, but no, she don't.
No, she don't need them. We went over that on Thursday. Those aren't really a priority. So okay, so what are we gonna talk about? Oh, the implications. So
yeah.
Spider-Man's a lie, right?
Yep.
Like that whole trailer's a lie, right?
What?
The Spider-Man Homecoming, or Far From Home.
Why?
How is he in high school? I don't get it.
He went back to high school at the end.
He's been gone 5 years.
That is a good point. Where is Ned?
Even if Ned welcomed Peter back with open arms, he wouldn't go back to the same school because Ned would now be a freshman or a sophomore in college.
That is a very big implication.
How does
that
work?
The fact that 5 years went by and half of the world did not experience those 5 years.
Also, everyone apparently came back right where they were.
Right.
So what happens to So I feel like there's so much room to play here because what happens to the people who came back where now there's a building?
Yeah.
What happens to the people who lost husbands or wives and then got remarried? What happens to all these people who had jobs and they come back and
that's fucked
and
up,
they come back
right?
and now they don't. Now their job is gone.
That's messed up.
Like there's a whole bunch of problems that are going to be presented because 5 years have passed and everyone, even if you haven't moved on mentally, you've moved on physically. Mm-hmm. The world keeps turning.
Yeah.
That is going to be nuts.
Dude, 5 years. That's a long time.
The reigning theory, Britt just said, did Ned get stabbed too? The reigning theory now is the major cast of Spider-Man. So MJ, Ned, Spider-Man. They all got snapped, and that's why they come back 5 years later, but they're all the same age, same grade.
Okay.
But people that get written out of the show, like Birdman's daughter, She didn't get snapped, so even if she wanted to come back, she's now 5 years older than Peter. What about people who snapped when they were riding an airplane? That's exactly. What about the Asgardians who were in a spaceship that exploded? Like, what about that? There's a whole lot of questions.
They didn't get snapped. They were already on Earth.
No, but like the spaceship
Those
people.
fuckers are dead.
You think? No, he only killed half.
Yeah. That half is dead. The other half is now in New Asgard on Earth.
You think so?
Yeah, that was 5 years later. Yeah.
Right.
All the people who got
No.
halved before the snap.
No, here's
are
what I'm
dead.
saying. Thor's on the plane. Okay,
What plane?
he's on the ship. He's on the ship with the
Yeah.
Asgardians. Thor kills half the people. Blows up half the ship.
Yeah.
Thor is on the part that blows up. Gets picked up by the Guardians. Leaves, goes back down to Earth. Infinity War happens.
Yes.
Okay? Those Asgardians that were on the ship that didn't blow up, they're on the ship still. They didn't make it to Earth yet.
They made it to Earth in the 5 years.
No, here's what I'm saying. They're on that ship. They don't make it there before the snap. They don't make it to Earth. So half of those people got snapped.
Oh, so half of the half.
Half
So
of
you're
the
saying
half got
a
snapped.
Quarter is
like
left.
Thanos wasn't like, don't snap the Asgardians, already did it manually. He
Oh.
snapped those people.
Maybe he did.
So all those people just, poof, we're in space! You know, like, it's
Maybe
not
not.
good, right?
Maybe not. Dude, the snap is magical, okay?
It is.
Because
It is.
here's another thing we can talk about is Gamora. What the fuck's up with Gamora, man? So Peter Quill's searching for her. Is he searching for past Gamora?
I
The
would
one
think
that
so.
came
Yes,
through
because
the time warp?
present Gamora's dead.
Right. So, in that case, then Iron Man snapped out only the bad people. He did not snap out
He only
whoever
got rid
came
of
back in
Thanos'
time.
army and the malicious.
Okay.
Because he could have also been like, we should probably kill neo-Nazis too. Like, he could have
Right.
done that, but
Yeah,
he didn't.
couldn't.
He didn't.
So, in that case, maybe Thanos, when he snapped in Infinity War, was like, avoid the Asgardians, I already got them.
Yes.
Avoid Gamora's people, I already got them.
Right.
So, they're probably not just floating in space.
No, that's a separate snap.
No.
The snap where they brought everybody back is Thor's snap. Hulk's snap restored everybody.
Right.
Iron Man's disintegrated
But
people.
I'm saying that's Thor's.
But
But
they made
Thanos' original snap in Infinity War did not take out half of the Asgardians that are left.
Okay, well, what about people who are still traveling in space while they got snapped? What about me on Space Uber?
Those people are fucked.
Okay. Right? Like, that's
Oh,
what, yeah. Because they made a point. Iron Man goes, where they died, not when they died. Like, he made a very specific point of saying, resurrect them now where they died. Because he doesn't want it to revert 5 years. I just want the people who died to be brought back right where they were, is what he says. And right where they were is said. So, like, if I was walking through a crosswalk when I got snapped, I'm just boom right back in a crosswalk.
Also, how the fuck do you do that? How in your mental brain do you be like,
Well, we can't. We're
I
idiots.
want all these people except those people, but those people there and these people then.
If we wanted to make like a buffet,
while your hands
you would
getting
only have like
eaten
3
off,
items, yeah,
right?
yeah.
I don't
Not
know.
that smart. Also, how did Cap get the Soul Stone back? Well, we don't know that he. Well, he had the Soul Stone. It was in the gauntlet. We don't.
Yeah,
but we
no.
talked
How
about
did he
that.
put it back?
We don't know. We made a joke like, "Hey, she just fell. Can we reverse that? Here's the stone." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't say where. He just said bring them to this time, not where they just. I think he said where. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. Again, I've only seen it once, but I'm pretty sure he made a point of saying right where they died.
Yeah. No, I think Spider-Man said something like
Yeah.
that. Like
Well, Spider-Man said I passed
I remember
out.
passing out and then I'm waking up and you're not there.
Right.
Yeah. No.
So to
I would
them,
assume
no
he's
time
on,
has
right.
passed. Yes.
And they were right where they were
Uh-huh.
when they died. Yeah.
The only reason they made it to the final battle is because Strange made
Right.
portals for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So people are definitely in weird predicaments all over the world.
Yeah. Because
So is Cap trying to stab Natalie Portman with that goddamn syringe.
hey, Nat, I'm gonna put this in your butt real quick.
Ah!
Here's the ether. I'll teach you to not come back to Thor movies, you big bimbo. Makes me so mad. Like, she's okay being in episode 2 of Star Wars, but not being in Thor 3.
Dude, I think...
What?
No, blame George Lucas for her not being in these because
You
she's
think-
like, I
you
think
think
I'm
she-
done with fantasy. I can't
But
do
how
it.
could she not sit back after Thor 2 and agreed she could be like, I didn't like being in that movie. Okay, that's fine. You know, I get
Okay.
it. I get it. But then all these other movies come out, and she's like,
Right.
you know, Winter Soldier comes out, maybe she'll be like, all right, man, I'm gonna
Yeah,
end this one.
no,
You know?
she was in Thor 2, which me and Britt looked up last night, is after the first Avengers.
It is.
Yeah, she wasn't in Avengers?
No. She stopped before Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they showed a picture of her in Avengers.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, we put her up at a astronomy tower.
That's
Handsome feet,
fucking
very
hilarious
remote. She'll
that
be
it's
fine.
a goddamn deleted scene from Thor, though.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you go. I figured that was it. I love that scene where Fat Thor was drunk and railed about it. Agreed. I loved that scene because everyone else was like, "Okay, this is really awkward," and Ant-Man's like, "This is so cool. I'm hearing about space." Like, I really liked that. Like, he's all of us, you know. All these other people are jaded. They don't.
He
like,
really is.
Rocket doesn't kill. Like, which ones of you have been to space? Don't throw up on my ship.
No. Dude, Rocket's great.
He's so
I'm
good.
so glad he stayed. He's the best. And see, that's why I'm kind of worried about Guardians, man. The Peter Quill funny and then the Thor funny is gonna clash in a weird way. I don't know.
I read a really funny joke
know.
online that said, and it's funny because it happened to me. It said in the theater, I missed what Groot said because everyone was laughing. And I'm really mad that I missed it because I don't know what he said. And I was
don't
like,
either.
yeah. And then I thought about it and I'm like, he said, "I am Groot," because that's the
Yeah.
only thing he says.
No, he definitely said that.
I'm mad that I was like, I'm mad it got me. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what he said. Oh, he said, "I am Groot."
Yeah, he did.
That's what he said. He said,
he
"I am
definitely
Groot."
did say that.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's awkward. But yeah, I really liked Fat Thor. I don't know if you missed beginning acid where I said that I feel good that I finally have some representation in these superhero movies because now I have the body of a god, and I really enjoy that. I can
Amen.
now flex it. So
You gotta keep up here.
yeah. Okay. Do you think Hulk's arm is permanently broke?
Britt, I think does. Because from what we've been talking about, it sounds like she does. I don't think so.
I don't think
think
so
he
either.
was in a cast at the
Yeah.
end because he's.
I don't
trying to
think they
heal
would
it.
put it in a sling if
Right.
it was permanently dead.
No.
Agreed 100%.
I think one snap you can recover from. Thanos went for 2 snaps. He got fucked up.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
So he's probably Thor.
that's it. That's all I got.
Or he's probably Hulk.
Do you want to talk at all about where you think the MCU is going now?
Dude, I don't know.
Don't you kind of love that?
No.
I wrestle.
I'm in the same space I was after The Last Jedi. I don't know where the fuck they're going with this.
like when they did.
I like the post-credit scenes because I know which direction they're going in. I could speculate.
When they showed Phase 3, like Feige came out and did this whole presentation. It had Infinity War 1 and 2. It had Civil War. It had Doctor Strange. It had Captain Marvel. It had Inhumans on it. Remember that? It was like 6 years ago.
Babe,
They showed that whole roadmap.
that was a 3D printed cast, which is technically a sling until his arm heals. It was not a metal brace that is permanent. Okay?
Oh my God, so aggressive.
She's been spouting this
I'm not
entire
sure
morning.
it was fried after the first snap. The gauntlet was fried after the first snap. His arm wasn't. The second snap is what killed, or when he destroyed the stones is what killed his arm the
Yeah.
second time.
Well, probably. They probably don't like being destroyed by themselves.
They probably don't like that.
No.
Yeah, it's like quit hitting yourself, Infinity Stones.
Yeah,
I don't think
come
they
on.
like that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if Britt's right or wrong. But we need to remember this day because I have a feeling that she'll be like, "I told you it wasn't fake. I told you it wasn't permanent." 3 years from now when Hulk's out there flexing.
Hulk is gonna definitely be the goddamn Hulk again.
I think so. Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo ain't got shit
Can't
else
he
going
just go
on.
into a gamma tanning bed and just get
Yes.
hulkier? Like,
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. It's the fucking Hulk. He can't die.
I agree. Well, he can die from the Infinity Stones. It's the only thing, though.
That would be the only thing. Now they're gone.
Like, if he gets really mad, doesn't his arm just come back?
So wait. Okay.
I don't think it's charred at the end of Infinity War. I've seen it a lot. It's mostly
It's
the gauntlet.
hurt, but it's not charred
I
like
think
it
it's-
was.
I think it's the gauntlet. The only thing that's
no,
hurt
no,
is
no.
the
His
gauntlet.
arm is kind
Because
of.
don't you see him sit at the end of the movie
Yeah,
and
but
he looks fine?
No, but this arm is scarred.
Is
It's
it?
not charred, and his face isn't charred.
Is it?
His arm is though.
Is it?
Yeah.
We can look it up.
And also, the gauntlet is like literally permanently attached to his arm now. Apparently. God, they fucked him up at the beginning of that movie, though. Just chop that arm off, chop his fucking head off.
Paul Rudd in that movie Acid was incredible, by the way. Who watched this? Who did that?
I don't know, man.
That's
I've seen it like a couple times over the last few weeks.
You can see me. That one's not me, but I did watch it. There's me. There's me. There's me. There's me. You can see all the ones I watched. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna skip. We're gonna prove Brit wrong right here, unless she's right, and then I'm gonna be
She's
like,
definitely right.
and I'll be like, the it didn't load. It's gonna be brilliant. Okay, that's the credits, so that's not it. Still the credits, by the way. Still the credits, by the way. Still the credits, by the way.
Dude. Oh, don't watch this.
I'm gonna skip.
I can't do it. I can't see Iron Man again. Continue. There's a scene where it shows fucking arm.
See, he's using it right now, though. Like, it's moving.
Yes.
So
it's not completely
broke.
charred, but he's hurt. Look at him. He's stumbling about.
I think he's just tired, dude. Like, his arm is not. Well, it's a little.
Yeah, it's charred.
It's a little.
It's a little charred. Not as bad as when he snapped for the second time.
It's not that bad, dude.
It's a little bad.
It's not that bad. It's gonna heal. Because it gets worse. It's gonna heal. Mark my words. If I am wrong, I will eat a dog. Okay? Alright, so.
What kind of dog? The smallest one you can get?
Tiny one, yeah.
Okay.
Like a chihuahua.
All right.
We don't need those dogs.
Those are expensive, though.
Well, a dead one probably won't be.
Okay.
Yeah. Specifying a live dog.
All right, let's end. I gotta pee again. I don't
Okay,
wanna do it on
let's
the
get
show.
out of here. So we'll probably talk at length about. We'll probably.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Game of Thrones. Well, we kind of did, but
we kind of did at the very beginning. We'll probably talk about it on length on Thursday. And then next Sunday, I don't think we need spoiler alerts. Like, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame in the first week,
oh no,
you don't deserve a spoiler warning.
No.
Okay? So.
Also, yeah, enjoy all your favorite characters getting killed tonight. Because it's gonna happen.
Maybe it doesn't. Could be a red herring. I
It's
still
gonna
think
happen.
that it may be a red herring. I still think a lot of people are going to live through it, and then they're going to die in later episodes.
Oh, definitely.
I
but
think that.
there are going to be some that die tonight.
Agreed. So, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be back Thursday, probably to talk about Game of Thrones.
Yeah, we will.
That's what we'll do. And
Game of Thrones, Infinity War, goddamn Endgame.
go
shit.
see Endgame if you haven't seen it.
Oh,
It's incredible.
What a great month, man.
We love it. It is.
It's a great
It's
month.
going to be awful.
After this?
Next Sunday is going to be the worst.
Spider-Man, man. It's coming.
We're going to get another
man.
trailer for Spider-Man, one that isn't lies, like in a couple weeks, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching.
Thank
SetTheColby.com for everything.
Very, very much.
We appreciate you. Go buy a T-shirt. Whatever. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you Thursday, 8 p.m.
Adios.
Oh, and go vote. SetTheColby.com.
I'm playing a game.
Click the CPG link and vote for Resident Evil.
Don't,
Thanks.
because I hate it.
All right. So vote for that. We'll see you guys next week, or I guess technically later this week. See y'all. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.